So you're going to have to decide what you want when you finish.
Alive. Hello. Seems like it's further away. Oh yeah, that side. So this side, didn't I realise now? One on, one thumb up, one thumbs up. Haven't even started. You know what's happening is that side's not coming up, nothing. No one's coming up on the chat. No. Don't know what's happened here. Now it's coming up. In the chat. Oh, it's coming now. Remember to leave chat. Remember to guard our privacy and community and freedom. Welcome to the show. Good evening, Big Brian. Hope you all had a good day. Just for one of them days all day. You know, it's been agony for 2 days now. Freedom. Good evening, Brian. Good evening, mate. Had a good day. Just been in bed all day. Just haven't been able to do nothing. Absolute throbbing my hands over that nerve damage. Just J24K. Hey, mate. Hope you're good. Thank you, mate. Mr. Somebody. Hi, Brian. Can you give a birthday shout out to? I can't read the writing. Identical twin brother. Yeah, of course I can. You or him or you. You or him or you or him. The identical. Fucking hell. Imagine being on ecstasy we used to. Fucking up your head, but it was you, not it was him. It was him. Imagine getting caught. It wasn't me, it was him. The cops couldn't do it, could they? What did he look like? That picture. Show him here. He walks in the room. Then the cops say, well, I've got the other one here. There's him. Imagine getting away, you get away with everything, wouldn't you? Are you 100% sure it was this man? And he goes, yes. Well, are you sure 100 million%? Yes. So if we find somebody else who looks like him, no, it's him. Then all of a sudden, these identical twin walks in. The court case would get kicked out. They wouldn't be able to do it. Fucking hell. Happy birthday, guys. Love yous all the well. Thanks for coming on the show. Hey, you made my night. Made me laugh, you. Are you sure it was this man who assaulted you on the 15th of the 3rd, 1977? Yes, it was him, 100%, Your Honour. And then the other one comes in identical. I bet you get off with some stuff there, wouldn't you? Oh, unbelievable. Mr. Somebody. Hiya, Brian. Can you give us... Yeah, that's you, Mr. Somebody. Freedom. Hiya, son. Yeah, just been fucking down with the pain, guys. Fucking hell, the pain in my right hand. I've switched the tablets today because I've been taking them nitrox and they make you fucking go scatty and make your head bad. I only take 2. And it tells you to take 2 4 times a day. So that's 2 4 8 of them a day. You'd be fucking suicidal. It'd make you subdued. You don't know where you're at. You come and go. So I just took some Nurofen instead. It's 2 of them. But you can double up with the paracetamol if you're really bad. But the paracetamol made me sick. And then other ones, Temgesics ones, I think they're called. They make me balk. I've only had them once. And that idiot, what he has, fucking cuckoo land. He's been torturing me and Emma, and I think about 6 people on the phone. He's been torturing about 6 different people all over, putting daft comments all over the computers. The mental patient, as we call him. Trying to say we're lying about this, lying about that. No, you're the compulsive liar. You're the liar. So Marty Joseph Turner's up there where you can see the video where he's talking about the so-called little rat who ripped him off. Marty was a legend in his day. Big Joe Egan, he took him to Reykjavik. They went boxing, and one of the lads' cars, he was on the bottom bunk, and Big Joe was 19 stone, fell from the top bunk and hit him in the bottom. So he was a legend in our area. He took the kids from South Bank, and when he had no clothes and things, had no tradies, and they couldn't get to the gym, he'd pay for the tradies for them. He was an absolute wonderful human being. And that scumbag got his book to do the book. So he's doing the book with him, doing the book. So anyway, he was telling him what to write and what to do. So he was going to give him 50%. Now, 50% of getting a book off someone and doing it and getting 50% of the money is unbelievable. So he was getting 50%, that little rat, fucking fake author. So he was doing the book for Marty. And Marty was telling him all the stories about Peter O and Lee Duffy because he lived that area. He trained them all, boxed them all, trained them all from boys to champs. A legend of a fucking man, loved him all the world. So Marty started coming and seeing us. And then in the end, Marty realised He was fucking conning everyone and ripping everyone. So Marty took bad, and he was in hospital because he had really bad chest for smoking all them years and stuff. So they took him in the hospital and they said we haven't got long to live. So that little wanker toss bag, you know what I'm talking about, the toss bag, phoned up everyone, said, "Oh, he's passed away, he's died, is this, that, the other." So anyway, so he went straight down, got Rob Brenton, who was the author of the books, Pontefract, went over there and said, "Oh, Marty's died." So what they done is they took, instead of from Marty Joseph Turner from Boys to Champs, took it off and put J. Arsewipe on it. He put his name on this side and then put Marty's that time from Boys to Champs. He done that knowing that Marty was going to die, because they said he had his last rites read to him 3 times, but Marty was a fighter, but Marty survived. So Marty got out of hospital about 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later. They changed the book, stole his book and put their names on it and pretended they'd done it. And he said, "Oh no, you told me I could do it." He said, "No, I did not." And he even give them 50% of the book. We usually get like 25 or 30, 40, 30%. He give them 50% of the book. That's how generous he was, Marty. And they still ripped him off. So they changed the book, name of the book, and started selling the book and getting money all over the country and abroad and everything, because Marty obviously trained top kids. He was in with Big Joe Egan. He trained Joe Egan and people like that. Fucking legend of a fighter. Trained Lee Duffy, Peter O. So all them were in the book. So when he did in the book, he didn't want to mention Lee Duffy, because he said he didn't want to mention Lee because there's that many people made that many lies up in books now. He said, "I just want to do it about boxing." And we mentioned Peter O and all the other people who are top fighters, and they said legendary fighters. So that little wanker started putting Lee's name in and all the other people's names in, and putting people in he didn't want to put in. So he done that. So he knew he'd get more money out of the book. And he knew that Marty was dying. And he thought, well, when he dies, I'll just get the book, because my name's on the top now, because Marty only wanted his name on it from Marty Joseph Turner. So he changed it from Marty Joseph Turner from Boys to Champs, and it went, and Jamie Boyle put it on. And then they went and fucking printed it while he was on his deathbed in the hospital in Middlesbrough, dying. They stole the book, printed it, put the names on it, and went to court. Marty took him to court. Marty won his court case, but Marty didn't survive to get his money, what he was owed. The judge awarded him the money, and he was at the last stage where Marty won the case. The scumbags ripped an old man. He was 76, I think he was, 77-year-old, something like that. And they ripped an old man of his book, ripped him off. The two of them, pair of scumbags, low-life scumbags, ripped him off. And he was at court, but Kev Brown had all the paperwork for him. It was ready to go to trial. And his heart just gave up. He just died. He was gone because the stress and he was phoning him up and threatening him with all sorts of stuff every day, tinfoiling his fucking scruffy fucking Brenton, was torturing him, threatening him with all sorts, saying all different things, and he was this and that, and all these horrible, vile things. They tortured that old man, and he passed away, and he was a legend in our area. He saw Big Joe Egan. There's a video going up tonight or tomorrow, I think Emma's put up, about Marty Joseph Turner. This area was a pure legend, because he taught all the people like your Peter O, was a legend of a fight. Your Peter O, yeah, Anthony O was the ABA champion, schoolboy champion. You had Kazi, you had Lee Duffy, you had all the top people from that area in South Bank, Grangetown. And when they struggled, when they had no shorts and stuff, Marty would go to the sports shop and buy the shorts, and you get them in your bag, and I'd give you them. And he was so generous tonight. You know, he loved kids. And when Lee Duffy turned up at his gym, he was about 7 or 8, I think he was, and the other bigger kids were picking on Lee. He went, "Hey, get here, yous now. Come here, 6 of yous. If I see you bullying him again, you 6 of yous, you're bad at the gym." So he took him under his wing and he helped Lee. So Lee loved him to bits. You know, he really loved him, and he helped him be the man he was, because he taught him to learn the boxing skills. So he was a really good top fighter, and his other fighter was called Cornelius Carr. And Cornelius Carr fought and won the middleweight title of the world, and he fought Eubanks and beat Eubanks, and he fought Nigel Benn in the ABAs and beat them, and he was from Middlesbrough, and that's the type of people he was training, people like that. So he come along to do the book with him, and he robbed that old man of his book, robbed him blind of his book. The judge said to him when on the day the trial was on, it was in so many parts, he said, "Well, how many," the judge was clever, like the judge said, "Well, how many books did you sell?" So Brenton and him didn't know. Marty had gone to the book companies, where, because Kevin Brown's a really clever lad, really intelligent, he helped him with it. and they found out how many books were sold at one company and what another company. So he said to him, how many books have you sold in such and such? And he went something like 6. He went, all right, 6. The judge went. He said, how many books have you sold in the next one? He said, say 30. So he put 30 down. And he said, how many in the next one? He went, 15. He said, is that right? Well, I have a letter here from, what was it from? I can't remember the name of the company now. Oh, Amazon. We've got Amazon. So you got it on there. On the Amazon page, they contacted them and they told them how many books had been sold. Gardeners, Goodreads was called in all the other shops. So he said, I'd say to you, Mr. Brenton and Mr. Boyle, them figures are wrong. Them figures are not right. But they are. I said, well, I've got the paperwork in front of me from Mr. Brown. Kev Brown's represented him. And he said, the figures that we see is 256 books. Something was, I don't know if it was exact, the books. He told me the story. He showed me the paperwork. 256 books. You haven't paid this money. Oh, he's lying. He said, he's not lying at all. I have the paperwork from this company. I have the paperwork from, say, Gardeners or something like that. I have paperwork from Waterstones and all the shops he got. 266 books. And then there was other books were all sold as well. Oh, we must have made a wrong infantry and all that. Fucking pure lies. They were telling the judge, listen, this man needs paying in his book. Give him back. So Marty got his book sent back to him. But they never ever paid the money what they owed him. They just kept pretending they were poorly, never turned up at the court cases. And the day of the trial, about 3 days before the trial, Marty passed away. The fucking scumbags doing that to an old man. He was 78-year-old, I think he was, and were bullying him and torturing him and his fucking wife. Boyle's wife was torturing him and sending him all sorts of disgusting things. Torturing an old man like that who helped the community, like Sir Lee Duffy and all them Peter, who are all top legends and fighters, and to be robbed of his book because he'd done the book 10 years before. His wife got cancer or something, I think, and she was dying, so he stopped the book and he did it. So he said, give us a look at your book and I'll sort it out for you. So he got his book off him, and lucky for tinfoil, Marty got a fucking really bad chest. His chest was fucked with the smoking fags. He used to smoke 40 rollies a day. So they had him in, had to do his chest, he had to put like a mesh on his chest and everything. And he got a bit better, but he was never going to get right. So they said, you might live an extra 18 months or something. But the trials and everything, he went to the trial with me. I took him, I represented him as an advocate. I can't remember the name of it's called now. I represented Mr. Turner in court, and I destroyed them. They were both the scumbags, Boyle and Brenton, never turned up in the court case. He said, well, we know this is done with Mr. Cockerill. So I give all the representative. I told all the stuff to the judge. I told him what happened, what prices were, and all this stuff, and he believed everything we said. He said, so he's tried to rob. His exact words, he's tried an old-fashioned word, rob. He's trying to rob a man in his elder age, is known. Obviously, Mr. Turner's poorly, and he knew the judge knew what he was up to. He said every time he asked them, so what happened? They wouldn't give us the disclosure, so they made something up, and the judge charged them for contempt of court. He got done for contempt of court, and he got done for me. What he done with mine is he pretended. What did he do with my case? What he got done for? Do you think? That was it. He pretended that. I can't remember the fucking one. I can't remember how he got done for mine. Oh, that was it. He pretended he was at the he told everyone I was at the magistrates and I won my court in the magistrates, and the judge went, "Oh, you did not." So the judge, what he done is he recorded the courtroom hearing from the telephone because it was all on the phone. So the judge was it Judge Gargan? No, Judge Gargan, I think it was, or Judge Gargan or Judge Scott? I can't remember which judge it was. Now there was that many of them. So we went up and he said, oh, this happened and that. And he said, well, it can't have happened. He said, because we've got the inventory here and everything's that. So he said, so the judge in the end knew he was lying. So he wanted to know how many books were sold. So then when he checked out, there was thousands of books being sold, and they pretended they only sold 30 or 40 books. Fucking liars. So he got another invoice from Waterstones that proved that there was more books sold as well. So they just can't stop telling lies, It's a compulsive lie. So the court case, what happened, because he recorded the courtroom hearing and he got out of the courtroom because that day he said, well, as if today you can go now. He said, because we can't go any further because War Cry Publishing and War Cry Press, we were shocked to death when we heard it. War Cry Publishing the company you work for, Mr. Boyle, isn't a real company because it's not registered in the company's house, so therefore it's a fraudulent company. We went, fucking couldn't believe it, the lookness. So he'd been doing all these books all these years with a fraudulent company and a fraudulent address and everything. 3 Bailey Gate, Pontefract, the books being sold from. He was getting the books and they were selling them and they were having 2 ISPN numbers on the books. So they were found out by the judge. We didn't know what all this meant, you see. ISPN numbers, the name of the book. And they were doing different books, sending them in different countries all over. So the judge was on to me, says, no, you've been selling these books all over the place. So he tried to get out and say, well, I've only sold such and such a books. So the judge came out and he said, well, that's funny. He said, yeah, I found you sold so many books in this company, so many books. And they said, how many books have you sold? They said something like 26. And the judge said up and said, you've sold, I think it was 340 books or something. The judge had found what they'd sold and all different companies all over the place. So they're coming out with me, the judge says, I've got it in front of me, how many books have been sold. So the judge was right onto him. So Marty was right onto them. So Marty was dead close because he was going to trial. And there was only a couple of days left and he passed away. They got away, the fucking slinks. So the both of them, him and Brendan, fucking con men, the both of them, ripping an old man off like that. Who like had people like fucking Joe Egan boxing for him and people like that. Big Joe Egan was a box for him. And for Great Britain, all them people like Lee Duffy trained and everything because Lee Duffy was getting bullied as well. So Marty looked after Lee and he looked after Peter Owen, another great fighter from our way. But that scumbag come along and ripped him off for the books. So Marty took bad. So Marty was in the hospital. So he phoned me in Emma and said, Tinfoil phoned me in Emma and said, oh, he's passed away, he's died, he's lost his life today. He died on tomorrow, and we were all upset crying that, and Bobby, me, and all the people in the house, that Teddy Dicko and all that, were all crying because Marty was a legend. And the next minute, about 4 days later, we got a phone call. Oh yeah, it's me, Marty. I went, what, no, panic. How are you alive? You're supposed to be dead. He went, that scumbag pretended I passed away, pretended I died to people, tell everyone I've died. What a fucking tosser. You know, trying to get the court case kicked out, said he died, no, but he was in hospital and he was given his last rites 3 times. So they went down to Wakefield and took the name off the book, Marty's name off. Sorry, put Marty's name on and put Tinfoil's name on the book because it was only From Boys to Champ written by Matt and Joseph Turner. It never had Tinfoil's name on. So he put his own name on it, known for a fact that Marty was going to die because they said he's been given his last rites 3 times with the Catholic priest. He was a Catholic, you see. So he thought he was dead, he was going to die. So he went straight down to Wakefield all weekend and reprinted the names of the books, changed all the names over and everything, and put them out so they could get the 100% profit off the books. What a dirty pair of low-life scumbags the both of them are. So the judge found out. The judge says, I'm onto you. He said to him. They never turned up at court once. They were on the phone once. And he got dismissed to come back because he said, he decided, we're telling you, so Tinfoil went, oh, I'm not an author. I have nothing to do with the company. I'm just part of the company where I just go for like papers and stuff like that. And I just, that's when we realised he's not the author. He doesn't write books. So he even admitted to the judge he wasn't the author. He said, well, we can't do nothing with him because he's not the author. He's just part where he goes for like, I go to the library, he said, no, I'm like a gopher, like a tea boy. That was the word he said. I'm a tea boy for the company. That was his excuse to get off with it. It was the tea boy. So anyway, he still got done. In the end, they got done because they owed the money, but Marty never lived to get the money, what they owed him. So the judge was awarding him so many thousands of pounds. But Marty died about 2 or 3 weeks before the court case went up. That's how sick they are, the both of them. Brendan and Boyle, 2 fucking grave robbers. But Marty got his just desserts in the end because it's all out now. Everyone knows what he is, pure vermin. They've done that to that old man. He was a legend. I'm not joking. He took all them Peter Owen, all them Lee Duffy, all the top fighters in the area, all went to that gym, all trained with him. You know, all the lads in that, all trained with Marty Joseph Turner. He was a proper legend. There's a video going up. I think Emma's put a video up where he's talking about where he's been robbed. That old man never ever tells lies. He was one of them. Was 100%. Never was in trouble with the police in his life. He was a lovely, lovely man, and he helped all them kids in Grangetown and Dormanstown and Redcar and that, where they had no money to tell you, all right, get yourself in, you son, you all right, get you in. And he'd get shorts for kids. He'd go and buy shorts on the town. He'd buy like a 10-pack of shorts for kids on council seats, and he'd get all like train shoes, you know, like only a couple of quid for a pair. He'd have about 5 or 6 different pairs of train shoes. So when they come to the gym, they had no trainees. He'd say, get them on, get that top on, and give them like a bib and things like that so they could box. So he was a lovely, lovely gentleman. And for an old man like that, I think he was 78-year-old, something like that. And 78-year-old, and I robbed an old man of his prize, of his book. And the book had big Joe Egan in, because he took Joe Egan to Reykjavik and all the lads. He was the man who took the Great Britain team abroad. He was that good a boxing coach, and he'd take them and help them when they had no money and no food and things like that. He'd go down and drop 20 quid off to the mums, or 50 pounds at the shop. He'd drop off, and I'll go to the house and pick them up and take the kids all to the beach for the day and buy them all ice creams and stuff. The loveliest man you could ever meet. Absolute legend he was. And for them two scumbags, Burke and her, they should be called the grave robbers. Absolute pair of scumbags. Ripped the old man off and he's of his own book, where he'd written 10 years before, and it was actually in Barclays Bank for 10 years because his wife took bad. So he said, I couldn't do the book, Brian, so I've left it in there. So we'll get it done. And then when he started doing it, that piece of shit, he robbed an old man of his book, and the book was for his son, who's got, I think he's got cerebral palsy. I think it was cerebral palsy he had, and he was trying to save up for a car, for a car for him. And all he gave that old man was about 30 quid out of all them books. So when it went to court, Judge Gargan said, don't be coming that with me. This book's selling really well. He said it's in the top 200 boxing books in the world. Don't tell me this book hasn't been selling. Don't give me that, he said. Because I was at court with him, I represented him. But we had to do it on the telephone. So he said, so he robbed the old man, the book, tinfoil, and he fucking scum in the earth wife. She types the books and writes them. And he just sits there. He can't fucking type. He can't write books. He's full of shit. So they robbed that old man and give him fuck all. I think he got 47 quid out of the whole book, but he written from boys to champs. That's what it was called. From boys to champs, because they were boys when they went to it. They became champs because Cornelius Carr was the world champion middleweight. He beat Eubanks and Chris Eubanks, and he beat Nigel Benn in the ABAs. And he had Anthony O. Anthony O was the ABA schoolboy champion, and Kazi and all them were all top boxers who went with him. So he had little kids on the street were off, and he made them into men. Most of them are top fighters now. He doesn't look at anything, Papa. He does. He fucking stinks. He absolutely fucking stinks of BO. He stands near you, mate. It's like you're lifting. So he ripped that old man off, our friend. We're going to put Marty up so you can see he's a gentleman, old school gentleman. Anyone got bullied in there, you get out, you're out now, bullying him like so. When Lee Duffy was first going, Lee Duffy was getting bullied. Lee was only a little kid, 9-year-old. He was getting bullied in the gym. So he went, leave him alone, yous. They were like 12, 13-year-olds. And he was only dead shy, Lee, then. He was a kid, little shy kid. And he took him under his wing and he helped him, trained him. And he became obviously a top fighter, Lee Duffy, as you know. But somebody said, good job, Lee Duffy wasn't about if Tinfoil would have had his fucking head took off his shoulders with him. He would absolutely destroyed him. Yeah, Beryl Boyle, so he is a fucking real weirdo, robbing old people of the wages. He got his book. Sorry, he got his Scandinavian form. We went to see Sean Atwood. So we went to Sean Atwood. And we were doing me talking about my book. And we went down there. Marty took us, and he took us for free. I said, no, I'll pay. I'll give you half the pep. So I put 50 quid in. So that scruffy cunt. He never once put his hand in his pocket. He's fucking rotten with greed. He is. Greedy cunts always at the back of the queue with his food to be paid for. Never once. Only once that he bought us a parmesan I got, I think, after I got him off for robbing everyone with the books. And what happened is Marty was winning his court case. So the judge said, I want all the infantry now off you, because this is not only made this, because I've seen this book and it's really high up in the rankings. It's in the top 200 books in the world out of 2 million. There's no way this book's only made a few £100. I'm not having it. He said, the judge, he said, this book's done really well, and the ratings of people it's through the roof. So the judge knew he was a line pair from scumbags, and not once did they turn up at the court cases. But when we went to court, we went to see that it changed. So what he done is the judge said to him, you're not allowed to speak about the books and things like that. So what did he do? He went out and he went to the magistrates took a picture outside the magistrates, tinfoil, took a picture there and said, I'm just come up the magistrates today. Now, you know yourself, the magistrates 4 years ago, they were all shut down right across England because of the COVID. But the county courts were open because there was only one judge, an usher, and one clerk in each courtroom. So there wasn't that many people. So there were so many feet apart, so they could still do it. So the Crown Court judges did the civil cases. So that half-wit pretended he went, you can't go to magistrates for a civil court. So he's at the magistrates. He took a picture of the magistrates' court outside. He stood in the magistrates' court where the court. I've just been in here today, guys, and walked out with my court case, compulsive liar, because when you go to court, it's a civil matter, so you have to go in front of the Crown Court judge. They're the ones who sort it out. Anyone will tell you that. They tried to con everyone. So he pretended that he wouldn't see. I've just won my court case, guys, and all that shit. Absolute compulsive lie you are. So somebody said, there's no way you could have been in there, the magistrates, because they're closed down. He's that thick, he didn't even realise the magistrates were closed down. So he got a picture inside the magistrates' courtroom where he was stood, pointing to the magistrate. I've just won again. He ran out like that. I've won my court case today, everyone. But somebody went, the magistrates aren't open. They're all closed. And then he looked like a complete fool and he went missing off his head on that shit all week because everyone was onto him then. Everyone said, you're full of shit, yo. The courts aren't even open. The magistrates are all closed. Most of the people in the country, when they were remanded, couldn't get out of jail because the magistrates were shut for about 3 or 4 months because of the COVID. So you tried to blag everyone. So you can't have been the courts. The courts are all shut. All the magistrates are shut, and the Crown Court judges, the courts are shut. The Crown Courts were only open for civil cases where you could do it on the BT Meet phone call. So we were doing that. So compulsive lie here. So anyway, the judge awarded. He wanted to see what paperwork was done. So they come up with this elaborate bullshit. But the judge got on the phone to Waterstones and all them companies, contacted them all, and what they all sent all the letters to the judge. And they went, it was something like, I think it was about £2,500, £3,000 for the money they owed him. I think it was £2,600, but expenses on top of it as well. But 3 weeks before the court case went back up, he passed away, Marty, God bless him. He just couldn't hold on any more longer. He said, but used to me and Terry, and now I still get tears in my eyes now. I was sat in there like that, and he was going up the door, and he grabbed me like that. And he went, listen, Terry, listen, Brian, you please keep fighting for me. He said, you keep fighting for this scumbag. He said, he's trying to tell everyone else around the world what he's doing and what he's ripping people off. He's giving them saying, I'll give you 70%. You never get to see no invoices or nothing. It's all a con, everything about his company. And he was found out by the judge. The judge said, wait a minute. You said this and said that. Every time he went in, there was another different story. The judge was onto him. So he said, right, from now, I want all the disclosure. So they never give the disclosure. So he went and got, he put a thing up, and I got a letter off the judge. And Marty got a letter off the judge. He said, as of today, Mr. Jamie Boyle has been charged for contempt of court for putting in, in our words, telling lies, and also putting an explicit courtroom video in where he said he went to the magistrates. You can't go to the magistrates for a civil case it's a county court case. So the idiot pretended he'd been in there, stood at the magistrates and all that, and he got charged by the Judge Gargan. He was called Judge Gargan. And he charged him for contempt of court. He said, you've made an explicit recording here. You're not allowed to record anything. So recording everything he does. What videos everyone records everyone. He recorded the courtroom conference hearing where you're not allowed to do it. You're not allowed to have anything. And he was charged by the judge. He said, you make every endeavour to take all these videos down. All this lies you've made up and all these videos you've made up. I want them all taken down. You've got 24 hours. If you're not, you're getting charged for contempt of court. So he was charged for contempt of court, but it was all at Brenton's place, 3 Bellingate, Pontefract, all the stuff was there where they were making all this lies up about him. So the whole lot had to come down, and everyone knew what he was then. The judge said, you've made explicit recordings here. Well, you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to record this, and you're not allowed to give it out because it says when you go in court, you're not allowed to mention the court case. So he was putting, I've won my court case, I've been to court, and he went to the magistrates, recorded the magistrates, it was shut, and pretended he'd been in the magistrates and won his court case. What a fucking con, man. Absolute scum of the earth he is. So that's what he done to everyone. Absolute con, man. So any of you out there writing books with this con, man, you don't want to have nothing to do with him because that's what he does. He rips your eyes out. And what they do is they have 2 books. He had one of Marty Joseph Brown's book, right? He had one book it was in one colour, and then another book getting sold in places like Canada and America. So they had his book copied the book twice and started selling it in another country, different name. So when we went in this Waterstones, me, Marty, and Emma, he said, "Oh, there's 2 books on the shelf, 2 different books." And Marty said, "Well, I only did one." So there was from Boys to Champs, and that was, I think that was one colour, the book, and then from Boys to Champs again. So he said, "What's he done there?" He said, "Well, he's printed 2 copies, and he's putting the 2 copies through." So what happened is the manager of Waterstones ended up getting the sack, called him Nigel, because he was in on it with him, because he was bringing the books in the back door, putting two copies in, and he was putting them in the back door. So the W.H. Smiths were onto them, and he got sacked, this Nigel, to work for them, and he was working with him, and that's what they were doing. They were getting the books done, getting the books printed, and he was getting 2 copies, because you have to have like an ISPN number on them. So there was 2. He said, Jamie, he said, I heard him, I was stood there being a nosy cunt. I could hear through, in the bookshop. He said, "Oh, this book, he said, there's 2 different ISPN numbers on it." And I didn't know what the ISPN number meant. So I phoned up my mate. He went, "ISPN number," which was Stephen Rafe. And Stephen Rafe said, "Well, the ISPN number is the number of the book, Brian. That's an individual book." He said, "Well, the manageress turned around and said, there's 2 numbers. There's 2 books here. 2 books with 2 different covers on, and the same ISPN numbers in both books." So him and Brenton deliberately done that, and was selling the book all around the world, different places. And when it went to court, the judge said this book's been getting sold all over the world because he put the ISPN number in, and then there was another one in. So the judge was onto him then. But poor Marty never made it to get to fucking court. He passed away about 3 weeks before the court case. But Kevin Brown had all the paperwork. He had everything. He had the company. Even the company said, "We'll never work with their," what was he called? War Cry Publishing. "We'll never work with them again," he said, because that old man, he said, I love Marty, he was a great man. He said, so from now, he said, "We'll never work with them again." So they banned them from the company. They wouldn't have nothing to do with them. So the book companies put the books in, told them how many books had been sold. And he said 15 books, 10 books, and 12 or something. So it worked out. It was hundreds and hundreds of books that sold just in a few shops. Now, we couldn't get access to Amazon because you have to be the policy holder. So fuck knows how many books he sold and then ripped off. But what it was, it had the ISPN number on, and there was 2 different ISPN numbers. So that was this Nigel, they called him, who worked in Waterstones. He got the sack straight away. I come in the shop, I said, "Could I speak to Nigel, please?" She went, "No," she can't. I said, "Oh, it's no trouble or anything. I just want to speak." She said, "No, you're not going to ask for. You're the one with Marty Turner." I said, "Yeah." She said, "No, he's been sacked because that book has been fraudulently, another copy's been made, a fraudulent copy. So he must have been getting copies made and sending them out." That Nigel who worked in the shop. So Waterstone, I got Marty to come in. He apologised to Marty, and we're on with it now. They said so. Yeah, he got. So the book got took off the shelf for about 6 months with an investigation in it, and they knew he was telling the truth. Marty was telling the truth because he said, "Well, Marty's never been in here, and Marty's never given the go ahead." It came from War Cry Publishing. War Cry Publishing, their company. So there was two different books getting sold, and one in America and one here. They're ripping everyone off. They're just scum of the earth. I was getting in that time, it would be safer. Yeah, so he done all that to everyone. And the judge said to him when he went to court, he got done. He said, "Take everything explicit, everything took down with the copyright, not copyright, so the illegal thing he did was putting that up. You're not allowed to mention anything in the court, as you all know. You swore, my name's Brian Cockerill, you swear to be in by on the phone, totally different on the phone." So then they go, "My name's Brian Cockerill," and it goes, "Brian Cockerill has entered the conference." It'll go, Jamie Boyle has entered the court and conference they call it. So all these are going, and the judge comes in last, and they say, Judge Gargan or Judge Cook. We had 9 different times we had to go to court. I name every single judge. And there was a lady that was Chinese. She was really good. She went, "I find it very strange how you aren't giving the invoices to people." He wouldn't give us the invoices or nothing. And the judge said to him, "Why haven't you been giving him invoices?" "Oh, well, it's got nothing to do with you. My invoices are my invoices." This is him telling the judge, "My invoices are to do with me and my business only. I don't have to show them." And he said, "I beg your pardon. you're in there, the Queen's such and such courtroom. It was the Queen's. I said, yeah, the Queen's such and such courtroom in Middlesbrough. You do have to divulge everything I tell you, or it's contempt of court. Do you understand me? Do you understand? You give the contempt of court. I want to know how many books have been sold for Marty Joseph Turner's books from boys to champs. And they kept putting it off. Oh, I've got the COVID. I've got this. I've got that. They went on and on and on. And the judge in the end went, "We've had enough of this." So he was going to do. So the judge then started contacting the companies where it had been sold, and they had to give the judge it because it was a Crown Court judge. And that's when we found out he was ripping everyone off. For every, say, 3 books he was selling, he'd pretend there was only 1 book. He was just ripping everyone off. Every single person you talk. Teddy Dicko went to court. Teddy Dicko got 1,250 books off them. In the end, they said, "Look, we'll give you the books, Teddy. Don't go to court. Don't go." They were shitting themselves because they were really because Teddy had them over the barrel because Teddy had all the infantry and stuff. So when Teddy's books were getting sold, he went, "That can't be right because I did so many in this one, so many in that one." So Teddy took the court, and they went, "Oh, we'll do a deal." So Teddy said, "I was in bed. It was Saturday morning. I remember him phoning me. I've just walked out the window. I've just seen Rob Brent and them, War Cry Publishing. There's a girl with a van putting loads of books in my back garden. What should I do?" I said, "Well, just let them put them in the back garden. Don't go out and have a fight with them out, Teddy. You get in trouble." So he went back and he said there was a piece of paper saying, "Here's 1,100 books of one book." And then the next week, another load come about, another 200 or 300 books of another book. So they've done a deal with Teddy, so they didn't go to court because they fucking shit themselves because them ones were not in the infantry. So they're just conning people. That's what they do. They're fucking violent. They pretend like what they'll do. They'll do like 1,000 books, but they'll have another machine where they do another 1,000. So they've got 2 copies. So they're selling them out in different areas. They're just ripping people off all over. That's that War Cry Publishing, War Cry Press. A few of them, and you'll see all the bad comments off every single person. Nobody gets invoices. I said, "I want me invoices for my books." He went, "Oh, we don't do invoices." Well, how the fuck can you not do invoices? If you don't do invoices, like when I worked with John Blake Publishing, I've done about 12 books for 12 different top companies. You get an invoice every 6 months off them to tell you with a breakdown what's been sold and everything. So I said, "I want a breakdown, an invoice." "Oh, we don't do invoices." And then that's when I took them to court for Marty, and we went to court. Marty had sold thousands and thousands of books and pretended he sold 300. Fucking horrible. But the judge was on him. He says, and the woman judge said, I can't remember, she was Chinese. She said, "I'm onto you, Mr. Brent and Mr. Boyle. I'm onto you," because Boyle, but he was out of it. They let him out because he said he had nothing to do with the company. He said, "I have nothing to do with the company. All I am is, all I do," he said, "is I'm an office boy. I just do the office work in the office. I don't write books. I can't write books. I don't write books." And that's how we knew. That's why we knew when the judge turned on and said, he said, I don't know because I've got nothing to do with the company. So I thought, what's he on about? You've written the book, and then I realised it was fraudulent. So when it went up, he went, "I have nothing to do with the company. I'm a tea boy. I do the tea." That's why we started calling the fucking tea boy. I go to the shop for the messages, and I go to wherever. He said, so he was down as a tea boy. Tinfoil was the tea boy. He's never written a fucking book in his life. He can't type and he can't write. He's full of shit. He's never written one single book. They're all written by his wife. His wife sits there fraudulently doing them, pretending they're his books, unless she's waiting for the Sitting Advice Bureau and putting all these books out, claiming money off the Sitting Advice, and they both got pulled in by the fucking dole because 2 books of the same book was getting sold twice. So the book was getting sold, so they got pulled in. They were fraudulently doing books, and the judge looked at the stuff and seen the stuff on the paperwork. 2 books in that shop. So in Waterstones, you went in. There was a lad called Tim, I think he was called, and he was doing the books with them. So there was one book, one with ISBN number, it's an 11-digit number. They'll go ISBN 157634577. They went, "Wait a minute, there's 2 books in there, Waterstones, with the same ISBN number, but different pictures on. One picture's got like something with Marty on, one picture's got like another bit of picture with Marty and somebody, and I don't know what was on the book, but there was 2 different pictures. So they were doubling the books up and selling the books and ripping everyone. So the bank said, "Wait a minute, you cannot have 2 books with 2 different things on and the same man." So the judge was on them as well. So poor Marty passed away just before he was going to get his money. Because he said, "You've just told me today you've only sold 30 odd books." He said, "On the manifest I've spoke to in Waterstones and I spoke to other companies," the judge said, 300 in one shop, 200 in another shop, and 400 in another shop. That's more than what you've said, a lot more. So where's the, oh yeah, we forgot about them and all the fucking shit they were coming up with. But the judge was like them, and the Chinese judge, she was mint, she was right on them. But the other judge said, I got the letter off, it was Judge Garden, which one was it? Judge Scott, I think he was called. And he said, how come this, that, and the other? So he's asking him about where the book come from. That. So Marty was like, where? And the lad called Kevin Brown. Kevin Brown was a genius, really clever man, and he helped us with it because he worked for the MP in Parliament. And Kevin come round and started doing it. He said, they're ripping it off. They've got 2 different ISBN numbers. I said, what's an ISBN number? Kevin don't know. That means that's the name of the book. You put that number in, and it comes up the book. And we didn't know that. Kevin, God bless him, he helped us a lot, Kevin. And so he said, there's 2 books out there, Brian, with 2 different ISBN numbers on. That's against the law. So they're ripping people off, and they were saying, oh, no, your book's not doing well. So they'd have one book, they'd be selling 200, 300 copies of the book, might be selling 700, 800 copies. So they give you a receipt for the other book, but only selling so many copies. They ripped everyone off. Even Paddy Maloney, they ripped off. Paddy Maloney's book, they had him over as well. Pure con man, absolutely. And his nickname is Brenton. His nickname is the Arthur Daly of Pontefract. But that just puts the fucking cherry on the cake, doesn't it? Absolute little con man, about that little divvy cunt, about that big he is. So he ripped him off. So Terry went and got the books, and then he said, "What about your other book, Terry? You need your other book as well." So then they sent Terry about another 200 books because they never sold them. So it showed the judge that he was ripping people off. So Terry got, I think, 12, 13, 1400 books off them. He went and told the judge and that. So the judge said, I want these books, send them back. He was trying to pretend he never got them. The judge looked in on the computer and said, well, the book's here, it's in the charts. It's selling loads of books, because he was trying to say it was only selling so many. He went, don't be giving me that, he said, because I found out today this book has sold 130 odd books in a fortnight, and you're trying to tell me you've only sold, what was it he said he owed him, £40 worth in 9 months or 12 months, I think it was. This book sold 140 books in the last month. So how can it have only sold for, I think he's trying to give Marty that 90 quid or something, and the book was selling at £15 a book. Just a pure con man he is. So he was the con man of, his nickname was, what was he called? The con man of Pontefract. Arthur Daly was his nickname, that was it. The Arthur Daly of Pontefract. So we went to court on the phone. Well, I went with Marty to court, and I went in with Marty, and I was in a wheelchair, so was Marty, both of us. I said, Your Honour, we both beg your pardon today, but we've had to come like this one. Mr. Turner's can't walk. He's had an operation on his lungs. Yeah, that's fine, Mr. Cock. I said, no, I'm struggling myself. Your Honour, may I be permitted to sit? And I started talking to the judge. Judge Coop was there, and the judge, I can't remember what was he called, the other one, there was another judge, and he was good, and he said, you know your stuff, Mr. Cockerill, you must have been in court a few times. I said, yeah, sometimes for the wrong things, Your Honour. He just started laughing. The judge was okay. But they pretended, they put a big post up and pretended that they'd been dismissed from court. They put a big letter up saying, we've been dismissed from court. Tinfoil made a letter. So the judge charged him for doing that, and charged him for pretending there was no court case, pretending he had nothing to do with the court case. But we've got all the letters from Marty. They're all in the drawer there. I can show every one of them to you. All the judge said to them in the end, he said he awarded the case back to Mr. Turner, but he was about to award him the money. But it was 2 weeks. There was COVID on, so it was a nightmare. So they got away with it because of the COVID. It wasn't for the COVID. Marty would have got his money. There was thousands of pounds they ripped him off with. The judge was onto them. He said, this book's been selling well all over the world, in America, in Australia, in England. It's selling everywhere. He says, I can't believe this book's only sold the amount what you have said. So the judge then did his due diligence on the computer. He said, this book's selling all over. It's all over the world. It's selling in all different countries. He said, there's no way this book's only sold what you have said. So he made an inventory, and I think it was about 500 or 600 books that they robbed him from what he found of. He said, this is the only other bookshops I've looked in. I think it was 460 books or something that they robbed him of. So he was going to get that money, but he had to wait to go back, and it was 3 weeks. And in that 3 weeks, he passed away, Marty. God bless him. He never got his fucking duty. He never got his fucking revenge on them, but we're here for his. But all that time, they ripped him off. War Pride Publishing, War Pride Press, they're a con company. They'll sell so many books, and then they'll tell you you've only got this many. They don't give you you don't get invoices off them or nothing. You get nothing off them. I don't have to give you. He said, I had a woman judge on. She was lovely. She was Chinese. She went, what are you on about? She said, Mr. Cockerill's entitled to have his invoices every month of the books what you're selling. That's what he's give you the book for, and that's what he signed for. And you have to give him a certain percentage of the book. So where's the percentages at? And where's the paper? And where's the checks at? And where's everything else? To me, it seems fraud, this, she said. I can see fraud written all over it. So anyway, she's looked into it, and she went, you've sold this, how many books you've sold this, you've sold that. It was just the same with me, the same shit all the time. And in the end, the judge said to me, Mr. Cockerill, what I'm going to do, I believe everything you've said to me. These, every time they come up, it's a different story. 1 week it's something else and something else and something else. So he said, I'll give you, you get yourself better, but there's no time limit on how long it takes for you to get better. You come back to me with the proof and I'll award you the money what you owed for your book. And that was the last time I went to courtroom, because it kept going. I said to make a bill, Your Honour, I'm back and forth, I'm ill, me injuries and stuff. He said, I can understand. He said, I really appreciate you saying that, Mr. Cockerill. He said, but what I'm going to do for you, he said, I'll give you my word now. He said, I'm going to write this down now. There's no time limit. It takes you a year, 2, 3, 4 years. Come back to me, send me the proof where this book's been sold and where it's how much for and everything. And if you can get that proof and send to me, I promise you I will send you, do my due diligence for you. And he said, I'll promise you I'll get to the bottom of it. He says, but there's definitely skullduggery. That was the word he used, skullduggery being pulled here. He said, I've seen Mr. Turner. I could see Mr. Turner wasn't well. Was that was the gentleman you brought, wasn't it? I said, yes, Your Honour. He can't attend anymore. He's not well at all. He's really poorly. So he said, don't worry about Mr. Cockerill, because everything you said to me has been spot on. They're just 1 minute they're saying they've got the proof of the books, and the next minute they haven't got the proof of the books. The next minute they're saying they didn't sell that many. The next minute I'm going on the internet and find that they actually sold more than what they said they've sold. So the judge was on my side there. Anyway, he was a nice judge, Judge Gargan he was called. And he was really nice man. He just said, he definitely said, definitely trying to pull the wool over my eyes. He said, but it won't happen in my watch. He said, Mr. Cockerill's done these many books and these other companies. 5,000 books went in a week with another company got, because I got receipts and stuff and showed them. But how would Mr. Cockerill's books go down now when he's already got that reputation of selling books? So people would buy even more books. So don't come that one with me, said the judge. He was not fucking daft, this judge. He was really clever. And so I got mine awarded. Marty got his award, but Marty passed away. But I've still got all the paperwork there and everything to go back to court. So I'm not finished with him yet. There's no way I'm finished, because the judge left it open on file on the computer. When you want to come back and put your paperwork in, it's there. He says, but I can see what you're saying because you've been poorly. And also, he said, everything you've said to me you're going to do, you've kept your due diligence in this case. You've never missed one case. You've never been late like these have. Or been bad, or my wife's bad, all the crap they're coming out with. He said, you've never once been late, Mr. Cockerill. You've been here. And every time I've asked you a question, you ask it, you answer it straight away. With the other two, stuttering, bubbling and stuff like that. So Brendan, just a compulsive liar. He's about that big, a little muppet. A little fucking muppet he is. Yeah, the judge was really good. The judge, and I was there one day with the judge for an hour. I was on the phone, and they never turned up. He said, looks like they're not turning up, they're not non-runner. So anyway, the judge still went ahead with the case and left it and went ahead with the case. He said, I believe you, Mr. Cockerill. So he told them, you now have to give Mr. Cockerill proof of how many books have been sold in all outlets. Electronic books, this book, that books, all the things, documentaries, the sales, the prices, everything. And still to this day, they haven't given me fucking nothing, not one single invoice off them. And that's what they are, scumbag con men, ripping somebody like me, thinking, oh, Cockerill, he won't know, he's not about computers. That's what they do. They get people, vulnerable people like me, who know nothing about computers. But he didn't realise Emma was the fucking a genius for computers and stuff, and other people we've got as friends. He said, that's not right. And then we helped Terry, and then we helped other people. We've helped about 6 people with these fuckers, ripping people off. And they're just pretending. And he's just pretending. So the judge said, I told the judge everything about it, and the judge believed every word we said in the courtroom. Me, God bless him, me, Matty Turner. And he said, I want you to get it. So when the judge went to his due diligence, give him his due. Judge Gargan, no, Judge Gargan, I think he was. The Gargan or Scott, Judge Scott, sorry, Judge Gargan, both Judge Gargan and Scott. And Judge Gargan said, listen, this book selling well, very well, Mr. Cockerill's book selling all over. Don't be giving me that, he said, because of the COVID and this, that, and he said, because since the COVID's been on, the books have probably got up 40% more people are buying books than ever at this time of the year because they're in home and the depressed and got nothing to do. He said, so more people are buying books. So don't give me that one. He said, yeah, I'm not having that. He said to them, oh, because of the COVID, we're not selling many. He said, well, why don't you do due diligence and give us a Cockerill the inventory from the computers and stuff like that? So he wouldn't give us it. So in the end, the judge ordered him, and he kept missing it and saying, "Oh, I'm bad. I've got a flu." And they only turned up. They turned up once. They're supposed to turn up once. So the court, I stood there waiting for the both of them at the fucking gate. And come on, you pair of cunts. And the shit bags never turned up at the court. I was stood with Marty Turner and Peter Robbo. We stood outside the court waiting for the pair of fucking slinks. We thought him and his mate at Brent would come. But the shit house was phoned up and said, "Oh, we've got COVID. We work very well. We can't come." No, you didn't dare face me. You didn't dare face the taxman, you fucking little shit house. And you ripped poor Marty off, you ripped me off, and you ripped everyone else off. You ripped Terry off, but Terry won his case. So what happened? The judge ended up giving you shit yourselves, and Terry threatened to take you to court, and you shit yourselves because the judge said if I come across another one, you will be getting charged for fraudulently writing books and keeping the money. So this time with Terry, they had to fucking do it. So they give Terry 1,200 books back. That proved they were stealing the books. There's your proof for them. So anyone out there trying to write for Walk Right Publishing, they fucking rip you off, they don't pay you, and they're compulsive liars, the both of them. And Brenton's nickname, Dale Brendan Hyde come on and did one. He lived there for me. He said they nicknamed him, what was his nickname? The Con Man of Pontefract. Con Man of Pontefract, that's what his nickname was. The Con Man of Pontefract. What a fucking name, eh? Yeah, little daft cunt he is. About 5'4", about 9 stone ring and wet. And what they've done is they got the book when they ripped Marty off, and they pretended that the judge said they got a letter, and they typed it all on, pretended it was off the courts, and they put up saying, "Oh, this is from the court to you, Marty Turner, the book, Mr. Brendan and Mr. Boyle, blah 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 blah. If they come back and do anything else, they're going to get done for contempt of the court, all that shit." So we got the letter sent to the judge. And the judge read it and said, "I haven't sent that letter. It was off him. Pair of cranks pretending to be letters from the court." So we got the judge to look at it when that doesn't come from our courtroom. It hasn't come from the courts. They posted it from Middlesbrough, the silly thick cunt he is. Posted it in Middlesbrough. The stamp was on there from Middlesbrough. My mate, who was the postman, went, "Give us it here a minute," he said. Scraped it off. He went, "There. It's been posted from Middlesbrough. Been posted from Middlesbrough town centre. That's where that daft cunt lives. Silly little cunt. His family lived that way." Compulsive lying. Then he got done for contempt of the court for lying, pretending that he gave me, pretending that he won the court case. I've won the court case and I've walked free. I've walked free from the courtroom today. And the judge said, "You never walked free. You were given 2 weeks bail to come back." And then when the 2 weeks come up, I proved what they were doing, ripping me off. He said, just pure bullshitter. So if you never won, how come, right? If we never won, how come the book of Brian Cockerill, the book with From Boys to Champ, the book with Teddy Dicko, 2 books, how come all them books have been taken down, you fucking mug? They've all been taken down. Why have they been taken down? Because it was a fraudulent claim from you and your company. Scumbags wouldn't give the invoices to me. I asked him for about a year. Wouldn't give us the invoices for any books. And then we started getting other people coming on saying, "He's done it to me. He's done it to me. They were just con men, both of them." But the judge was on them. The judge said, "Well, you have had these books. It's there in front of me." He said, "If you lie anymore, I'll do you for contempt of court." So the judge caught him out 3 times in the courtroom. "How many books did you sell?" He went, "Oh, say 30. He went, "Well, how come you've in the book company where it's at? I've contacted the book company who do print the books. They've told me you sold 300 in that company. The other book company he said lied. He said 20 in that one or something, 30 in that and 40 in that. There was 300 in one. There was about 250 in another one and about 140 in another one. About 600 books sold." And he pretended he never sold them. He said, "I've got the invoices off the company from Waterstones and other companies, Goodreads, I think it was, something else. I can't remember the other shop now. And he said, I've got all the receipts off them, what you've done. Like, you get a receipt and you can get a read copy of it. And then also the man who worked in Waterstones, he had him on his side. He was going in, they were printing books. Marty went down to Bailey Pontefract, where he was from, Brenton, caught him printing books out the back on a Saturday afternoon in a room. Marty caught him back to right, printing books, and it was our books. He said some of them, not your book, Bryce, some of his book and somebody else's book. He said they were all printed in the back room. He said you went into it, and it was like units. You went in. There was one for like karate lessons, and then there was another place where people were doing something else. Was like, when you teach people stuff. And the very back was the printer, and he was in there printing the books himself, printing the books, knocking them up in there. Pure scumbag, absolute scumbag. So poor old Marty passed away. He died through it all. They pretended that Marty had died, and he passed away. They come on the phone and went, "Oh, Marty's passed away. He's died." Anyway, 3 days later, a phone call from Marty Turner. I went, "What's happened? We've been on crying our eyes out." He said, "Bullshitting bastard. He's pretended I passed away, so the company can think, oh, well, I don't need to give the receipts back to him now." So he's trying to get the company to stop sending the receipts, pretending I'd passed away. Every dirty, low-life trick in the book was out. No pun intended in the book. So all these people we've spoke to, he's done the same thing to everyone. No one's been paid. No one's been paid the books. They've all been ripped off. And he's known for it. His nickname is the con man. What is it? What is he called? The con man of what was he called? The con man of Pontefract. That was his nickname. Brenton's nickname, the con man of Pontefract. That's what he's known as. Always ripping people off. Known for ripping people off. Right, guys. Race and Lady Scraps is very popular in Newcastle and another main town in the north, east coast. Race and Lady, Freedom's Aaron, a book I've had back, laugh out loud. A book I have and had back, laugh out loud. Mark therefore always asks for scraps, salt and vinegar. Yeah, Scraps, that was my dog's name, Scrappy. Needs dripping for tasty. Mark Emerson. Well, he already got done, mate. He's already went with the police, and he's in with the police. He's a police informant. He's a known 100% grass police informant for Cleveland Police. He's been doing the grassing for 20 years. He's a 100% police informant. He keeps getting off with everything. People have tried to take the court with the books and everything, and every time you go to court, there's always something goes wrong. Marty was going to win his case, and they kept going on and on until Marty died. But he's a known police informant all over the northeast. He's snitching people. He'll go around in places. Liverpool, well, did you know that murder? Who really killed him? So he gets the phone like that, and he'll turn it off. And then he'll have another one in his pocket recording him with a dictaphone and going, what happened to there? And who killed him? And who done that? And he goes around. He's a known snitch. So his best two friends are two coppers he knocks around with, two horrible bent coppers. I won't mention the fucking scumbag bent names, but lo and behold, after all this, we find out he's only going drinking, going to Sean Atwood's with the fucking ex-chief inspector of the murder squad and drug squad, tin foils in the car with him, going down to fucking Liverpool to do a book. So he goes down to obviously fucking Sean Atwood's place and does it down there. But they've all know what he is now. Every fucking man needs book. Everyone needs book. Everyone needs dog knows what he is now. So they're all onto him. So he's a known snitch, a pure grass. He's a known grass in Middlesbrough. He's grassed tons and tons of people. That's why he's had to move out of the Teesside area. That's why he's like North Yorkshire, out the way of Teesside, because he's a known snitch around here. He's grassed multiple people up from all over the place. He gets them to do books and then he rips them off. And then when people go out to sort him out, he phones the police on them. It's his little party piece. He's known for it. He's fucking known for it. Seems to HMRC go down here. I didn't Mr. We shop tinfoil HM. Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, that's what he does. He gets people in and then he starts fucking ripping them off. But when he said to the judge, I said, Your Honour, Mr. Turner's an honourable man. Never been in trouble with the police in his life. He worked at British Steel for 40 odd years, and he coached children. He's been given a Medal of Honour from the King or the Queen, or whatever, a big Queen, I think it was, in the House of Parliament. And he's got an outstanding name for society, absolute legend, boxing coach and trainer. And he said, "Oh, well done, Mr. Turner." And he knew he was telling the truth. And when he asked him for stuff, I said, "He's struggling a little bit, Your Honour, because it's all this. He's not been to court. He's not been in our court in his life." He said, "So I'm here to represent him as a Mackenzie friend, if that's okay by you, Your Honour." But yes, Mr. Cockerill, if he be seated, he just sat down and he went to that man. He went to talk and tried to keep shutting him up because he didn't know what to say. He wanted to say, "Oh, I'll tell him." I said, no, you can't. You've got to wait for the judge. Sorry, Your Honour. He said, "I'm just trying to let him understand. We have to wait for you, Your Honour." So we had to sit for about 30 minutes, and he started asking me the questions. And then that's Marty, and he'd tell me, and I'd tell him, because I was his like an advocate for him. And the judge believed every single word we said. And then that was the only day we went to court. It was right at the very end when the COVID was going down, and we got one day in court with his Judge Scott. It was Judge Scott, and he was really nice, the judge. So at the very end, Your Honour, I seem to be getting nowhere with this case. I said, "So I'm just going to call it a day today." He said, "Well, Mr. Cockerill, I feel that things out," because I was up for my case. This is my case, sorry. I said, "I feel like I'm banging my head against the wall." He said, "Well, I understand," he says, "because everything I've asked you to do, you've done with due diligence. Everything we've asked these, they don't turn up. They're giving us false statements. They're putting false. They're saying so many books at one company, and then when I'm looking," he said, "I'm finding more." He says, "I believe you 100%. He said, "I can see every time I ask a question, you don't stutter and start like the other two. And you're here every time when you're on the phone or out." So this was the only time we went to court. So it was me, Marty, and Robbo went to court. So we went to the courts. We had to sit down and talk to the judge, and they had to give me evidence across to the judge, and he believed every word I said. He said, so he said, "I'll get into it." So he asked these for invoices. They wouldn't give us invoices. "I don't have to give invoices." He said, "Oh, by you do. Do you know I'm a Crown Court judge? I can sentence you today if I want." He started getting annoyed, the judge, with him. He said, "I'm a Crown Court judge. I'm telling you to get these invoices," and they never. They know what they've done. They sent me invoices like a fucking 5-year-old would write. Books sold, 50 books. No, not a proper inventory what you've got. And the judge went, What is that? What is that? Has that been done by a 4-year-old?" And he says, "Don't come that with me," the judge. He says, "I'm on to use too. I'm really on to use too." He says, "You're trying to tell me you can't find how many books you've sold." Well, how, if you can't find how many books you sold, how you might have sold 6,000 then, Mr. Cockerill said, or 60. I said, I put my hand up there, and he said, "Yes, Mr. Cockerill." I said, "When I've done books before, I did a book before you're on about, and it sold, I think it was 5,000 copies in the first 2 weeks." I said, "That was the first book I sold, and that was years ago, before we had computers." He said, "I know what you're getting at, Mr. Cockerill. I know exactly what you're getting at there. I agree with you. That was then." I said, "People just did it word by mouth then 20 years ago." I said, "A book sold 6,000 copies in 1 week." I said, "It sold 300,000 copies by the end of the year. So how is my books going to go back over when we've got the technology today, Your Honour, where I've had people coming on and saying, 'Brilliant, yeah, he does look like a fucking Chucky doll, horrible ginger little rat.'" So he said, "I've had people, the book company said, the books sold loads of books. So we got an invoice of the books how many it sold me, the other book." And the judge understood what I was on about. So thousands of books from Waterstones I sold a book from. And he started to tell me this book hasn't sold. And he said, I don't believe that. And then I got another inventory off the bookshop to say how many books I'd sold on that one. And this one, about 4 books I took. I've done about 15 books. And every book Mr. Cockerill showed me, and the paperwork from Waterstones and other shops, there's thousands and thousands of books being sold. So why would he sell less books now, when there's more people on the internet could get access to the books, instead of like a lot of people won't stand in a queue because it's like they've got injuries or stuff, or people that are handicapped and things. So he'd sell a lot more books now online than you would 10 years ago when he was selling the books. So the judge believes everything I said. He knew he was a fucking scumbag, an absolute scumbag. He was afraid. He said to Brent, and he told him off that Brent. He went, "I'm telling you," he started shouting at the judge in the court. I couldn't see what he. Obviously, it was just on the phone. But he said, "Mr. Cockerill's here, due diligence. Every time the phone answers, he answers it. You're 30 minutes late. You're driving on a motorway." "Yeah, but I've got work to do." So I suppose Mr. Cockerill hasn't, and I haven't. This is what I do for a living. You were told you've had a month notice to come on here, the both of you, where's Mr. Boyle? He's not well, he's poorly in bed. I've heard that same thing over and over again all the way through this case. But how come Mr. Cockerill was really, really ill? I've had the letters because I sent the letters from the doctors saying how poorly I am. And he said even he turned up. Every time he turns up, he even came to the courts in a wheelchair to get here with his friend who was in a wheelchair, and he still turned up. You never turned up. He just wasted my time. So in the end, the judge done him from contempt of court because they pretended that they won the court case and they beat me, and they put this big court thing up. They recorded it outside the court and said, "We've won our case today." And Shirley's wife was going, "Yeah, we beat she's supposed to be Western sitting in the vice bureau, supposed to be clever." She said, "We beat the court today. The magistrates, we've won." Well, the magistrate Shirley was closed down that day. So how could you win in the magistrates court when they were closed right across the country for about 10 months because of the COVID? They're that fucking thick, the both of them. So they made themselves look like two plonkers. So the judge said, "Well, Mr. Cockerill's turned up at every meeting. He's been on the phone. Have you answered the phone with due diligence? Every letter I've sent him, he sent me it back the same day, or the next day, or the day after. You never send the letters back. You're pretending you haven't had the letters. I've had these letters sent to you by registered mail, so I know it's been sent to you. Oh yeah, we were in, but we beat the shops by the time we come. Well, what do you mean by you were at the shops?" The judge was onto him. The judge was stupid. But when he went with when Kevin Brown was in doing it for him, because Kevin knows loads about the law, and Kevin went up, he said, "I believe what you say, Mr. Brown." He said about him. And he said, "Could you prove it?" Anyway, Kevin brought all the proof and everything about what they'd done. And he said, "I believe you, Mr. Brown," because Kevin Brown represented Marty Turner. So, because I couldn't represent no more because it was ill, I had to get another operation. But I apologised to the judge, and when I come back, he said, "When you get back," so he said to me the last time I spoke to him, he said, "It doesn't matter if it takes 10 years, 20 years. He says, you get the proof, Mr. Cockerill, and I will award you the money that these owe you." So they think I'm going to let it go. I'm not fucking let it go. I'm nowhere near. So he said, "There's no time limit and no time scale because of your injury. Every time you've been to court, you've been on the phone with due diligence. You've had all the paperwork ready. You've had everything there. You've answered all the questions straight away. Not like, you what, you're trying to get time to I know you're telling the truth." He said, "I've asked you every time you ask you a question, you've got it straight away. Well, the other two, it's just you what did you say?" So it gives them more time so they can think what to say. He said, "You answer with due diligence," and he said, "You're on time every time. So I don't expect you to be telling lies on this, because every time you say you've got something, you bring it up, and you brought it up to a date straight away. You've got it on you in the house with you if we need something, and you've sent it, faxed it through, or sent it through the letters through." I said, "Look, because I'm telling the truth, Your Honor." He said, "I do believe you." But he tried to lie, pretending that. So the judge done him for contempt of court for putting explicit lies up, pretending he'd won the court case and pretending he'd beaten the magistrates and won it in the magistrates. The judge was fucking fuming with him. He said, "How dare you do that?" He said, "You were in the Crown with me, and I told you to get the letters and all the evidence, what proof and what invoices and stuff, and you never done that." So he pretended he was poorly and all that. He said, "Well, you can't have been that poorly when you were making these videos." So it was out of the blue. It was, say, Saturday, and the letter came to the post from the judge, sent. He must have sent it, must have done the thing on the Thursday, Friday. I think what he done is we were at court and he got dismissed at that moment. He said, "But you can bring Boyle back when you want. But at the moment, we don't need him in the case because it's the company you're suing now, and he's got nothing to do with that company." He went, "Yeah, I have nothing to do with it. I don't write the books. I just get paperwork. I'll go to the library and get stuff, and I don't write any books, and I don't write anything about them." So the judge said, "Okay, I believe you." And it wasn't about that. So, but he admitted on there that he didn't write the books to the judge, and that's how he got off with it. But then when he went and got the books and started putting them up, the judge was on to him, knowing he was lying. So when he started putting up saying, "He's lying, I've won that court case." So I got the letter, I got the screenshot of it all, got it all done from him. Kev Brown did it on for me, put it in chronological order and everything, and sent the letter to the judge. The judge done him for contempt of court for putting lies up, lying about me, compulsive liars, pretending that I've won the court case. He's been kicked out. Cockerill's been found guilty. He's going to jail. The police have told him he's going to get about 5 to 6 years for all this lies he's been telling, all the shit he was telling everyone on the internet. But he didn't. I kept my mouth shut. I thought, just keep your mouth shut. Let him keep going. Let him keep going. And then, boom, the judge letter. He hit him. The judge hit him with a letter from the courts. You have to come back to court at a certain time. And he fucking shit himself. He said, did you, or did you not put this up? And he went, yes. So the judge was shouting him in the courtroom. And why have you put this up if you're supposed to be nothing to do with the company? And why have you done this? And my views on him, the judge was not fucking daft. I thought you were just a T-boy. So why are you putting these things up? Why are you going in the courtroom? Why are you going into the courtrooms? The magistrates are pretending you've been in the courts there when you were in the Crown Court here, talking on the phone. We weren't at court. It was BT meet conversation. So he said, he went mad with him. He said, yeah, catch it again. I will give you contempt of the court. So he got done for contempt of the court. He said, next time I catch you, I will give you a custodial sentence. So what he done is he pretended that he won his court case in court. Here I am winning my court case. Cockerill has to give all this. The lies Cockerill, the judges found out all about him. He said, if I catch you again doing this again, he said, I will give you a custodial sentence. He fucking shit himself. So he was left to go out of the courtroom, and then we carried on with the court case. But I did it mainly with Brenton because he was the sole owner of the company. So I just wasted time trying to get money out of him because every penny goes up his fucking nose on blues, doesn't it? So I thought to myself, leave him and concentrate on Brenton. Brenton, and so Brenton, and he said, I don't have to prove how many books I've sold to judges. I'm telling you, you listen to me. He said, you do have to prove how many books you've sold. You do have to give Mr. Cockerill invoices. Why didn't you give him invoices? I have. I said, Your Honour, have you seen the state of the invoices? I sent the invoices, I screenshotted them and showed the judges. They're not invoices. They're just made up. They're just pieces of paper writing on. He said, they're not invoices. He said, you're not doing your due diligence, are you? He said, it stinks all the way through this case, from day one all the way through. So he said, so he started getting annoyed with the judge was getting annoyed with him. He says, I will have you arrested today and charged for contempt of court. If you don't tell me one more lie, he said. He was saying, oh, I don't know about this and don't know about that. He said, well, so you're telling me you don't know about this? Well, your name's on the letter. It's your letter. The judge was dead clever. So he said, listen, you need to get this sorted. I'm telling you, get the invoices to Mr. Cockerill and tell him what you owe. And he just made a load of shite up. Little piece of paper like that it was written on. He said, what is that? What is that supposed to be? The judge said, that's an inventory of how many books have been sold and what price that and what days and times and dates. I said, you were told to give us an invoice to Mr. Cockerill for War Cry Publishing, how many books have been sold of the book he's been written with you. And he wouldn't do it. He kept not doing it because he knew if he did it, he'd have to pay me fucking fortunes. So the judge actually went on the internet and went in the thing. He went on there before we went to court. Before we went to court, he went on the internet. He put War Cry Publishing Company. And this was Judge Scott. This is the first judge. And he went, Judge Scott. Yeah, Judge Scott. He went, oh dear me. He said, he says, you haven't been telling the truth, have you, Mr. Brenton? He says, you haven't got a company. Your company doesn't exist in Company's House. There's no such name. Oh, what it is, he said, I was going to register and all that. So he said, well, if you aren't registered in Company's House, therefore your company doesn't exist. So Mr. Cockerill, we can't go ahead with the court case, because Mr. Brenton and Mr. Boyle have told lies, haven't you? You've told lies. You don't own any company. It's all made up lies, in other words. He said, there is no War Cry Publishing registered in Company's House, so therefore it's not a company. So the both of you allegedly come to court and perjured yourselves, the both of you. So the judge was fucking fuming in that day. So he gave them time to come back, and he said, get this paperwork. And he said, oh, he's lying, I'm lying. He said, I was lying. So the judge looked at it all and went, Mr. Cockerill's not lying. You have to give him the invoices. I've told you this. Give him invoices of how many books have been sold, what times, what dates, whatever, what price, and give them to him for over the last, say, 2 or 3 years. Kept coming, no letters, nothing coming. So I knew. So they sent me this like piece of paper. It was like the 5-year-old had written. I said, you don't have no disrespect, but have you seen the state of the letter they've given me? He said, Mr. Cockerill, I'm well aware of what he's done. This was Judge Gargan, very, very clever man. And he said, Mr. Cockerill, I'm well aware of what they've done. He said, has that been written by a 5-year-old? He said, who's written that? He said, that isn't the paperwork. I want the paperwork from the company. Tell me how many books, Mr. Cockerill's books sold from your company, invoices and bank statements. They wouldn't give us them. Or well, we'll do that next month. And he kept doing it and doing it and doing it all the time. And so in the end, the judge said, Mr. Cockerill, what I'll do is, I know you're poorly. He says, as of today, we're going to call it a conclusion, but I do believe you're telling me the truth. Everything you've done with your due diligence has been 100%. Everything they've done has just been ship savvy, and the lies after lies after lies from them. So I know there's something wrong with this case. He said, but I'll give you time to get yourself right, get yourself on your feet, and we'll keep this on, right? We'll keep this on hold. And when you get the paperwork and you want to come back to court, you bring them back to court. It won't be a big court case because I know the ins and outs of it. You've done your due diligence, and I will look into the court case for you. So it's still there for me to go back because the judge said, I know you've had a fair deal because these have messed you about, not turning up. And you've turned up every time on the phone. You even came to the courtroom when we had a court hearing before the COVID, and they're coming out with all these different things they've been asked to do, and nothing have they provided to the court. So therefore, as the judge does today, we're going to discontinue this court case until a further date, until you can come back when you're fit enough and provide the paperwork what you've got to prove. So when you can do that, there's no problem. He said, I will preside over it myself. So he's written it down on the little computer thing what he had. And I said, thank you. I'd just like to say thank you to your worship today for all your due diligence and your help. I just didn't want you to think I was telling lies in this case. Not for once, he said, not for 1 second did I think you were telling lies in this case. Not for 1 second, he said. But the other side, from day one, has been lies after lies. Not lies, he said something else like untruths after untruths after untruths. He said, everything you've said to me and I've checked has come back 100%, so I believe you. He says, but we can't keep going on the way they're going here. So if you can get the proof to me, if you want to walk with myself courtroom, just get the letter to me to say you've got the proof, and I will award you it in the money court. So I haven't done that yet, but I'm going to when I get a bit better. So I won the court case in a way because he was done as well, contempt of court. So he had to take down every single fucking bit of lies he put up. Cockerill done this and Cockerill done that. So I want every one of these things you put up, Mr. Cockerill, all this rubbish about you've won the court case and all that. She said, and if I catch you once more, Mr. Boyle, I will give you a custodial sentence. I promise you, and you, Mr. Brenton. Do you understand me? Do you understand what I'm telling you now? So they were fucking raging the way. Yeah, he is. That's what he calls him, Terrier Chucky dog. So poor Marty's passed away now, like I say. He won his case and all, fucking gutted for him. He did that book, right? He had all them kids, hundreds of kids he trained for years as a boxing promoter. He trained all them kids, who were lovely, like kids who had nothing, struggling for food. And he'd go to the house and put messages on the mum and dad's table. He'd go around the kids and say, oh, we'd come to man, we'd take you to the beach. He'd take like 10 kids to the beach, try them ice creams, and never been anywhere because he used to have the boxing, we had the van for the boxing. So he'd take the kids out everywhere. He was loved by everyone in South Bank, the Peter Rose, your Lee Duffys, all them loved him, all loved Matty Turner. He trained so many good people, and Connie Scar was the world champion, boxing middleweight, world champion. He had all them type of people training. And for that scumbag to come along and rob his book, he took 5 years it took him to write that book. And that piece of shit robbed the old man's book and conned him out of his book. He got his book back in the end, but he never got no money out of it. They kept the money. They kept all the money out of the book. They give him the book was out for about 2 years, and the judge went, I wouldn't for him. It was Judge Cook. Judge Cook said, don't be giving me that about this book's not selling. This book's selling all over Australia, America, it's all over. He said it's ranked 120 in the charts out of 2 million books. That is absolutely amazing. He said, so don't give me that this book's not selling, because I'm not having it. He said, because the judge is not daft. He said, it's selling all over America, Canada, Australia, everywhere. He said, so this book's doing really well in the chart. So why has Mr. Turner only had £57 sent off you? £57 fucking pounds. In 2 years, he got £57. What a fucking... And you remember all that, he's trained thousands of people because he was the boxing coach at Grangetown for years and years. For about 30 years, 40 years, he was the coach at the Grangetown. All them kids boxed there. Some of them had nothing to eat. He used to take them for food and all sorts, pizzas and all sorts. and he helped all the kids in the community. He loved kids, he loved looking after kids. And for a piece of shit like them two to come along, 2 pieces of fucking dog shit, to rob an old man of his fucking book, because the money was for his son. His son had some, I think it was cerebral palsy, I think it was, and all the money was going to his son's fund, because they wanted to get a car for him, so he could have a car, like a car for people who are handicapped. And all the money, all he got was I think it was fucking less than 50 quid. I think he got off them all the way through. And the book was, the woman said, they're doing really well. It's selling like hundreds of books off the shelves all over the country, because all them people who trained were buying the book, like families and members and people from Dormerstown, the Peter O people and the Lee Duffy people, all them were buying the book, their families, because they were in it with mentioning Lee and things like that when Lee was a kid. I know if Lee Duffy was around, he'd have punched the cunt's face off. So that's what they've done. Robbed the old man. Marty was 73, I think, 73, 74-year-old. And he robbed that old man. And he was an old man, robbed him of his money for the books, where he trained from boys to champs, it was called. They came in boys, and when Marty finished with them, they came out champs. He had like Cornelius Carwell champion, he had Anthony O, ABA champion of Great Britain, brilliant boxer Peter O, no top one, Lee Duffy, all them were all boxed under Matty Just, and every single one of them he helped. Lee was struggling as well when he went in, and that's what Lorna's going to come and talk about, Lee and Lee Duffy and stuff like that. She's going to come, so he's been bullying Lorna now, who's friends with Lee Duffy. She taught him how to box and how to train and everything. He's been bullying that woman now. She's probably 60-odd-year-old, and he's been fucking bullying her for the last 6 months because I said she's coming on my show. He's a fucking vile, dirty, horrible little pure wrong, he is. A vile, horrible person you are. Bullying women, you fucking coward you are. And when men offer you out, you run away, you shitbag. All them people have offered you out everywhere. You run like fuck. You're a pure shithouse. Absolute shithouse. Putting people's windows through. With little divvies, giving them fucking smack and stuff to put the windows through. You're just a little wrong. And one day some fucker puts you right in your fucking place. Because one day it will happen to you. Ever read the door off? Ricardo, the door off, Peter the box, never mind which one was. Allowed freedom, Uncle D box, geezer. Good night, Mark. All right, Mark. Hey, Mark, you all right, son? Just looking at you talking. When Cockerill filmed the Spanish court. Ice cream time, munchies. Oh yeah, he did. He Spanish. He filmed the Spanish court. The silly cunt. You're right, Wayne. He the silly cunt went and fucking got. He couldn't get our court because they were shut. He got one picture of it outside the courts, and then he went to a Spanish court, the crank, and sat and went and recorded the courtroom in Spanish. It must have been on his telly. He recorded it and pretended it was in England and had Spanish flags up in the fucking courtroom. And going like that, and the voices were coming out after, like say, my name's Brian, and go, my name's Brian. That would come out afterwards, the lips. So he dubbed over the top of the Spanish courtroom. Yeah, well done, mate. You're right. Thanks very much for that, mate. Yeah, he did the fucking crank. He filmed it, yeah. He filmed the Spanish court. Yeah, he did. You're right, Wayne Corrado. You're right, mate. Well, I forgot all about that. So he pretended that he'd been to court. Here I am, guys, here. I've won the court, because in the courtroom, the judge says, Mr. Boyle, as of now, you can go. So he went out of the courtroom. He went, thank you. Fucking little woolly wolf there. Thank you. He said that in the court, so he went. But he never heard what the judge said afterwards. He said, but Mr. Cockerill, don't worry. It was Judge, what was he called? He's Judge Gargan. Judge Gargan said, don't worry, Mr. Cockerill. I'm only letting him go at this moment because he's not beneficial today. Because obviously they found out that so they let him go because he wasn't beneficial, because he wasn't the owner of the book company. That was it. War Cry Publishing was Rob Brenton. So he's not part of that. He said, all I am is a tea boy. That was the words he said. I got all I am, Your Honour, is a tea boy. I mop up and that and then I go to the town and get newspapers. That's where we're going. Bellboy! Fucking bellboy! We all call him bellboy in Middlesbrough. Fucking bellboy. That's all he was, a daft little cunt. Pretending he was an author of the books. Crank never written a fucking book in his life. Couldn't even write a fucking shopping list. So he was pretending he was an author. His wife was doing the fucking books, writing the books, and he was going and put his name on the book. What a fucking fake. So I said to him, right, big man, if you're that good, come on your show tonight. Come on and show me how good you are at typing. And he wouldn't come on. He wouldn't. I'll give you £1,000 if you can come on and type the words where I tell you to write. He couldn't do it because he can't fucking type. He was sat there like when Bobby was going in with the earphones on, going, doing that, pretending. So I was looking at that. So I looked out the back and I pretended I went out the back and he was going. He was doing that. He was typing the table, pretending he was typing on the typewriter in front of him. Like, you fucking crank. And anyway, they said, she grassed him up, his wife, because he fucking was fighting with her. She said, he doesn't even write the books, Brian. I write the books. He's bullying me and Jameson, my son. He's bullying us both. So me and him had to go over and stop the trouble because he was bullying her. So we went over, me and Bobby, in the car. And we got there and he was in the pub, minging drunk. I'm fucking sick of her telling me what to do. I'll do what I want in my own house. Her own kids telling me what to do in my house. How dare they tell me what to do? He was having that at the table in front of the fucking kids. So she went, he's on that fucking stuff again. I went, oh, you're joking. She went, no, he's on that stuff again right in front of my fucking Jameson and my two daughters. Christmas fucking day. Christmas day. And I told him off and he's screaming, shouting at me. I'm shitting myself. He's going to get... Emma came on the phone. I said, calm down. Send Brian over. She said, go and see him. So I went to see him. He's in the pub in the Beer Horse, I think it was called. So we goes in there, me and Bobby, and we went to see him. And they said, what's going on? He went, well, she sent you. She fucking sent you. How dare they talk to me? How dare they speak to me? I went, the kids are 12-year-old, 30-year-old, 40-year-old kids. It's Christmas Day. You should be the dad in the house with your fucking kids, opening presents and stuff, not being out all night partying and fucking, I've got a powder on the bottom of your lip. I said, disgrace. I said, she's right, your wife's right. You should be at home Christmas Day with your children. Any man would be at home with the kids. I said, I stay home with my fucking dogs. I said, you don't go out for the day, Christmas Day, when you've got a wife and kids. Talking to me like shit and all that. She said, no. He said, I said, well, she will do, won't she, if you're sniffing that on the fucking table. Well, I can do what I want to be honest. I pay the bills. I told her fucking straight, I'll just fuck her off. I'm not bothered about her. I said, yeah, but it's Christmas Day. I said, and you're ruining Christmas Day. It's only one day a year. I said, you could have had that tonight or tomorrow. But you've been on it for 2 days, she said. And he went, I can take what I want in my own house. I'm not saying you can't take it, it's up to you. But if you want to do, you only want to lose your kids. So anyway, his missus phoned the dad of the kids up. He came from Harrogate, all the way from Harrogate. He came Christmas Day and picked the both kids up. Or they got was it a taxi? Or the dad come? I can't remember if the dad come. It was twice he had to get them. And I think it was a taxi came, sorry. They got a taxi all the way to Harrogate back. The dad had to pay it. So he phoned them. He says, never again you're having the kids with him. Never. They're never coming back to there. Because he was known he was taking shit. And the husband, rightly so, told her to go and fuck herself. Said, I don't care what you fucking do if you don't. So the kids ended up with the dad, never went back. Even though he got access to the kids, the two girls, because of him, because of his fucking addictions. And I'm not having him there. And that's what happened. So the kids didn't want to go near him. They've never been back since. I think he's talked to them. He was saying, how dare they talk to me? I put food on the table Christmas Day for them. How dare they speak to me? They called me a wanker. I was fucking bad laughing at me. They called me a wanker. How dare they talk to me when I put food on the table? And I thought, yeah, but you're on that stuff. You're fucking off your head. Your eyes are massive. You sweat like a pig. Yeah, once a year. It's all you want. I said, you're on it every single fucking day of the week, 7 days a week. You think I'm stupid? Yeah, he was fucking free. Raging because I was on her side. Me and Emma were backing her up. And then we went over and we took him to the shop and we got him. Me and Bobby got him back together. We got him the chocolates out of one of these Pakistani shops that were open. Went to one of them corner shop, got some chocolates for her, got her some whatever it was, a bottle of Baileys or something. And he got a card or something. He said, do you think she'll be all right? I said, well, I'll have a word. So I had a word with her. Everything's okay. He went, oh, thanks very much. Then he was phoning me up saying, you don't get any diary pan. I said, no, it's Jamie's Christmas Eve. I said, with my wife and with Bobby and the dogs. I said, I don't take nothing no more. He said, oh, I won't harm you having a little bit. Do you fancy getting a bit of gear with a bit of coke? I went, no, I don't want no coke. I said, I had enough of it in my lifetime. I don't want no coke off you. And she was going mad because he spent the last £150 on a fucking eighth of it. And she said, all the fucking money's blew on fucking the coke. Oh, we've been on it for 2 days. Got no money now for fucking until Christmas Eve. It was past Christmas. It was like New Year Eve. I don't get paid now till next 2 or 3 more weeks. 2 weeks, sorry, she said I don't get paid for. No, they weren't filming in the court, mate. He wasn't filming in the court. He wasn't filming in the court. What he was doing, he was filming. He was filming outside the courts, you know where the courts are. So he filmed the courts outside as if he beat the court. But they said he couldn't put the magistrates' court up. We were in the Crown Court. So then he never come to the courts. He actually went to the magistrates. He didn't realise we were in Crown Court. So he didn't know he's that thick, or he mustn't have read the letter right. And he put up the magistrates' court and the video of the magistrate. Here I am outside the magistrates. Just give evidence in there today. They're going to go to jail and all this crap was coming out with. He never went to the court. He never turned up. Him and Brenton never turned up. Brenton phoned up and said, I can't make it because I am poorly. And he got hurt. I phoned up and said he had the flu or something. So they never turned up that day because they wouldn't dare turn up because I was there, Mark. I was on the doorstep waiting to fucking pulverise the fucking shit house. Bullying an old man like Marty. Marty had OCPD. In the end, he was really poorly. So I went there with Marty. And he never turned up, that arsewipe. So he pretended that he went to the courts and walked in. It was on BT Meet we were on. So he came on the phone at the time when he said, oh, I'm poorly and all that on the phone to the judge. So he said, oh, I can't make it because I'm poorly on the phone. He came on, his wife or he came on. And the judge adjourned the courtroom, but he believed everything we said in the courtroom, the judge. That's why he awarded us the disclosure. You should give Mr. Turner the disclosure of how many books have been sold and blah 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 blah. So we were in that stage, you see, where we were getting to that stage. So anyway, in the end, poor Marty passed away. We couldn't get the money off him because he fucking passed away. He kept pretending he was bad and all sorts of shit. A fucking scumbag, pure scumbag. But everyone in Teesside fucking hate. He daren't come to Teesside. He comes in here and he hangs around. He goes where the police stand about his police friends. He's a known police informant, a pure grass. He's been a grass on all the estates in Middlesbrough and North Ormsby, all over Stockton, all over Middlesbrough, Stokesley. He's never off the phone to people, grassing people up every night. He just loves to grass people. He's a fucking proper Roman. Yeah, Wayne Corrado, you're right, mate. We'll get the last laugh. We've got it now because I know everyone believes us, mate. We wouldn't make lies. We've got the court letter from the courts. I've got the letters. I can show you where the judges awarded us the disclosure. So we've got the disclosure, but the scumbags won't give us the disclosure. But I don't have to get it now. All I have to do is go to the companies now and get the disclosure off them and see how many books have been sold. I've got a court order now, so what I have to do is get a court order off the judge written for them to now divulge the information what I need. Mark Emerson, Carol, is that Carol? That's Carol in the chat there. That's Lee Duffy's partner, who she had the kids to and everything. Lovely lady. She's another one who got bullied off him. She's another one who her family got fucking tortured with his fucking shit. Horrible, evil man he is. Threatening women and children, and he's fucking, I'm going to do this to you, I'm going to do that to you. Yeah, just a horrible, evil, twisted man he is. Brian, yeah. Mark Emerson, good evening, Lady Peter and Freedom. Yeah, so he's done this to everyone. What he's done to everyone, nobody was sussed him out. So we've the first ones to brought it forward. What he's doing is what they're doing 2 books. They're doing one book with one ISPN number and another book with another ISPN number on. So then they're getting the book sold in like the Australia. Because when my book come out, it didn't come out till March, I think it was. He's went, oh no, it'll be late, this, that, and the other. So my book was getting sold in January, February, and it came out in March. And then somebody said, I've already got your book here, Brian. How can you get me book when it isn't out? And that's when the penny dropped. I thought, you fucking scumbag. He's putting like so many hundred out in one country. So many 3 people contacted. Could you sign my book? I said, it doesn't come out till March. And he was fucking doing the book. Said, that's what he done with everyone, scumbag. That's what he does for every single person. He puts the books out first all in other countries all over, like Australia, Canada, and all them places. Think you won't find them. Peter was saying, could you sign the book if I send it back? Oh, a great book by you and Jamie and all that. And I thought, I haven't even done the book yet. Then the penny dropped. He was fucking selling the book behind our back at him in Brenton. So when Matty Taylor went to see him, he said there was 300 books with I can't remember who it was now. So it was 300 books with one lad and the same 300 books again. So he said, he says, you haven't seen them. You haven't seen them. So the 300 books there were to go in the shops and the other 300 to be sold in friends' shops, corner shops and stuff. He'd probably give them cheaper. And he was selling them in fucking like other places, outlets. And that's what he does, Brendan. He's a fucking, his nickname is what was his nickname? What was he called? Fucking can't remember his name now. He has a nickname in Pontefract. Conman of Pontefract or something like that they called. There was a name they called him for Pontefract, the Conman of Pontefract. He's known as a proper rip-off merchant, a proper two-bob scumbag, ripping people off. So when he was told to bring the invoices, he never ever brought the invoices. He never had one invoice for my books. He never had any inventories for my books. And he never had any computer write-outs for the books. It was all, I just do everything off me. And I went, well, I didn't work in business like that. And the judge turned on and said, Mr. Cockerill's right, you have to have inventory to see how many books have been sold and how many books have been sold and paid for tax-wise. So we need to know how many you've paid for tax as well. You got Shirley a pack of 6 pies. Oh, goodness. Pig pies, I should have said. Yeah. Yeah, she's fucking horrible. She makes fucking more than 6 pies, mate. Okay, now. Can't be bad. Peter fed up. Remote in. I can't see what she means. Remote in hand. Laugh out loud. All right. Yeah. That's good, yeah. Please push the hype buttons, yes, to like the channel. I am in Brian outside the courts. Okay, mate. Court. Okay, mate, yeah. Yeah, so what happened is we went to court, like I say, and he wouldn't give us the information. The judge said, are you thick or something? Are you seriously, he never said the word thick, but in our words, are you thick? But you don't know how many books. You've got a computer. They're also saying, yeah, but I shouldn't have that. I don't have to give you. He said, I'm ordering you as a court order to give how many books you've sold. And we tried to come out with this shit. So the judge tricked him. He went, so you sold this book. Well, how come I found this many in such and such Waterstones? Because he got it written to Waterstones. The judge got the amount of books that sold. There was something like 300 more books than that, he said to the judge. That's just in Waterstones alone, he said. Then he got another shop and another shop. And in the end, there was about 900 books of my book. What they told, he said, then there's all the ones around the world you've sold. Look at these ones you put up where you've got, where you've been selling them in 2 different outlets and 2 different ISPN numbers, which is against the law what they were doing. So the judge was onto him. Every judge was onto him. So he was told if he didn't do it, he was going to get done for contempt of court. But I still never got a figure. They just kept getting out. I said, I'm poorly, we're bad and all fucking shit because the COVID was on. And, yeah, he's just horrible, mate. But he ripped poor Marty off. And everyone else got ripped off, even like people like Paul Venice, all them. They realised now what he's done. All the Peter from Hartlepool, like Big Richie Horsley. So Richie said, I've had £100 of fucking 500 bucks. Richie's a lovely lad as well. Ripped him off as well. Vulture went, fuck off, I'm not doing no books with you. I'll knock your fucking teeth down your throat, you daft little cunt. Just don't get clever with me because I'll come through your fucking house door, you fucking scruffy little tramp. Shit yourself. So then there was another one he tried to rip, another threatened him. Can't remember what it was now. Oh, yeah, I think it was. He tried to have Paul. What's he trying else? There was another I tried to have, but I can't remember which one it was now. But he was just telling people just fucking lies when people phone up the book company saying, "Oh yeah, we've sold 56 books." And he went, "Wait a minute, you said we only sold 26." He was just he ripped, and not just anyone, everyone, because he's on Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, his mate. He was on the Mr. Brown every fucking day. The day of the week, he's on it. That's what he's on all the time. Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown's friend he likes. He's on that, constantly on that. And that's why he can never turn up a book meeting to nothing. Yeah, but the good thing is now, like freedom. Carol, I had done more when younger, paying price. Now loved, sweet. It's a better tooth done. Hope you're feeling a bit better today. Wearing Corrad, it's sad story and old. Man, Brian, I can't go on much longer with the large ball, Brian. This large ball, Brian. Yeah, and Corrado. Yeah, Judgment Day will come, mate. It's definitely coming, Mark Emerson. You can only do it so far. And the thing is, these people like Carol's on here now. We tortured that lady on here. Fucking tortured that lady for fuck all. Who's on here? Tortured her family. I'm on about tortured the family for fuck all for 6 years. And Carol come on and seen us getting it, and then we met Carol and we ended up being friends. And when we told Carol what we were getting, she was so relieved to think, well, I'm not the only one. And she was like, she nearly crying, tell you the truth. But we became best friends. You know, that was Lee Duffy's partner for with all these kids she's got. She's got she's the mother of Lee's children, and because he asked Carol to do the book, she went, "No, I'm not doing no book with you." And because she wouldn't do the book with him, he gave that lady fucking torture for 6 years, non-stop torture every day, calling her all sorts of names under the sun, vile, disgusting, despicable animal he is, absolute animal. He's horrible. And all these people have done books with him. Every single one he's ripped off. There's not one person being paid properly. Every single person he's had over. And most of the people are like myself, are older, and we don't know much about them, like computers and stuff. So he's hit them, he's got them all over. But I've had people like a computer expert help us, and people in the game that know about books and stuff. And he's been fucking wiped out completely now, he has. Every single man with his dog knows what he's done to everyone in this area. Everyone knows. Yeah, a little bit better, Carol. Just fucking terrible. My head's been fucking, my back has been terrible, my lower back, and you know what it's like, Carol. You've got a bad back yourself. It's fucking horrible, and people don't understand it. Just gets on top of you in the end because you'll move an inch. Oh, the pain shoots. So it's like somebody stabbing you right through your back with a knife or a fucking sword. It's just fucking horrible. And then you'll sit and you don't breathe, and you tense it up, and you like that, and all your hands are tense, and you go to bed, and your neck's all tense, and everything is fucking horrible. Well, the back pain I've got in the lower back, with these fucking operations I've had. It was disgusting. He did to Marty. Carol saying, yeah, less than £100 for the book. I tell you how much you give me exactly, Carol. £47. 40 fucking £7. And you know Marty Turner, Carol, Lee Duffy, and them all loved him. And Lee went there when he was a kid, and Marty taught about a box and everything. I said it wouldn't have happened if Lee was alive, you know. But if I was fit, it wouldn't have happened. But this dirty, disgusting, despicable man he is tortured that lady on here for years. We found out, and she was so happy that we had the same stuff. Even though it sounds a bit weird, but we both had the same bullshit, lies, and crap. And she'll say, he said this, and I went, like that, you mean? She'd go, oh my God, it's the same as mine. She told me something on his, and it was the same stuff all the time. The vile, disgusting mouth. I'm going to do this to you. I'm going to rape you. I'm going to burn your house down. I'm going to rape your kids. All the same stuff. The vile, disgusting, despicable man he is. All them ladies he's done it to. Loads and loads of people. Want to burn their houses down, kill their kids, kill their animals. He's fucking round the bend. And his protection is Cleveland Police. The fucking lowlifes are giving people like him protection who's threatening women like Carol and the kids in a fucking house. The woman lives on her own, you know, with the kids, but you'd have to get past me and Emma and fucking Bobby and everyone else to get to her. There's no way we'd let anything happen to Carol and her family, because that piece of shit, he's tortured people's families for years and got away with it. Tortured people, and I mean tortured them. Rock, you okay, son? Hope you're good. He's a good lad, Rock. Hartlepool lad. Yeah, so he's got away with it for a long time, guys. He's tortured women, he's tortured kids, he's tortured old men like Marty Turner. He's a fucking pure bully. I'm getting my friend. My friend's going to fight you, Cockerill. Get your fucking friend. But he just keeps just all bullshit. I'll fight you 1-to-1. You remember the video he did? He said he was going to fight me in the gym and that. And the next, Carol went to the gym. Carol's my witness. She went to the gym the next day. He wasn't even fucking there. Carol and Peter, her son, went down. And she said he never even turned up, Brian. Just all shit. And after that time when he said he was coming, I got a bit fitter. I got started getting out of the car a little bit. He knew I was about, so he went hiding for 3 weeks. He hid in his bedroom and phoned the police and barricaded himself in the house. And the neighbours said the two police cars come out, and he got the police out, saying I was coming to his house. I was in the house, poorly. I couldn't have gone anywhere. Just all in his paranoid head with all the fucking shit he takes. The Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, we call him. I mean, guess what? We know why you call him that, don't we? Less than £100 he owed to himself. Yeah, disgusting. Loads of people he's done it to, it's not just us. And then he plays, well, they're all going to get me, but everyone's after me. No, that's the excuse to move down to the part of the country to start again. Now he's in Leeds, so we're going to put a stop to the fucker. I'm going down there to start. See, I was in jail with all the people from Leeds. Supposed to be in Leeds now, so I'm going to put a stop to the cunt down there as well. But the thing is, yeah, he's finished. Nobody to prey on. He is about finished. There's nobody to do a book. Yeah, no one wants to know him. He's absolutely fucking vile. All the things he said about Lee and that, Lee Duffy and stuff like that, and all the fucking stuff he put in. He had no right to write them books. And he tried to do it again, and Carol went and seen a man who was a book author, and the book author contacted Carol, and she said, look, I never give the go-ahead for this. He went, oh, well, Jamie told me you have. Carol said, I didn't give no go-ahead for this book. So Stewie Armstrong, great lad, he turned around, he fucking went to his house. He said, I've seen what you do to Carol, I've seen what you do fucking people, torturing people. He says, get away from me, yo, and fuck off, I'll punch your face. And he completely stopped the book, and he went out to Carol's and apologised. He said, I'm Lee's partner. She explained everything, and Carol said he was a lovely man. And all of a sudden it just all stopped the stuff. But Stewie felt like Stewie was going to punch his fucking him. Stewie Armstrong was a Stewie. He was going to punch his who writes the books. He said, I didn't know. So he went to where the book was, and he seen Carol getting bullied off tinfoil. He seen him texting Carol. He went, you fucking animal. He said, doing that to that lady after she's lost her husband. You fucking hell. She's got them kids in the house on her own. You're torturing there. He said, you do that ever again. If I can't find out, I'll punch you off fucking face. Now fuck off and get away from me. And Stewie fucked him off. I think it was Stewie Armstrong called him. Book author. He's a bit of a fighter as well, could have a go. So he chased him. He said, don't ever fucking come to me again, you, to write any books, because you're a vile human being, bullying a woman who's lost her husband and trying to bring her kids up on her own. You're fucking disgusting, he said. You're a vile, horrible man. Now fuck off and get away from me. He's going to punch his fucking face in, Stewie. I had him on my show. Stewie was a lovely man, and Carol was over the moon because they stopped the documentary what they're doing, because they did one on Lee, and then they went to Lee's brother and tried to get one. Lee's brother said, Laurie Duffy, God bless his soul, tears in my eyes, said, please don't do any more things on my brother. He said, Jamie, because it upsets the family. You're making lies up about my brother. You never knew my brother. He said, you were a 9-year-old or something when my brother was killed. You know nothing about Lee Duffy. He said, you're putting lies in books about my brother. No, I'm a crusader. I'm going to do it perfect for you. I promise you, brother. I will promise you do this for your brother. I'll do it great. So he written all the shit about Lee Duffy, again, lies, about loads of different things. And about Carol's obviously his partner for a long time, since they were kids, And Carol was the best thing in his life, ever in Lee Duffy's life. He loved them more than anything. And his kids and that. So that bastard tortured there. Sorry for swearing, it annoys me. Tortured poor Carol and all the kids. Torturing the kids all the time. And the son went on and said, well, look at you. If you want Peter said, if you want to fucking straighten out the straight with you, me and you one-to-one. I know you're the boxer. If you beat me, you beat me. He said, but this is stops now because you're bullying my mum, my sisters. But oh no, I'll get the police on you, The fucking coward backed down from Peter. And Peter was only sitting up for his mum. So he started pretending that he went to the police and said, Peter got a knife and threatened me with a knife. And it was all fucking bullshit lies again. The same shit that he does with everyone. So Peter stood up against him and his ass completely went to fucking shit house. But he tried to pretend that Peter doesn't carry knives. He's just a lovely lad. Peter actually papered my house for us and that. I know he's a lovely kid. And we got on here when he come here with his family. We're all best of friends now. They're like amalgamated. It's like two families together now. But that scumbag tortured that lady, Carol, for years and years and years, calling her all sorts of things. She's a lovely lady as well. So we end up being best of friends, me, Carol and Emma and all their kids and that, and our dogs and everything. Even the dogs love Carol. When Scrappy used to, when she used to come when I was poorly, Scrappy used to be always kissing her and things like that. So she's a lovely lady. But she got tortured for 6 years, that lady, through these fuckers. Him and Shirley, both of them, his wife, torturing the lady. Anyway, she came on board and we showed them our stuff, and it was like, oh, she said it's the exact same MOs, man. Every single thing you are getting, I've been getting for 6 years. Tortured her because she wouldn't write the book about Lee Duffy. I'm not writing about Lee. She said he's my partner. I loved him. She said, I've got kids to him. I don't want to write a book. She said, I don't want to make money off him. She said, all the last book he wrote was all just lies about him. She said, I'm not interested in what you've got to give me. I'm not interested in 50% of the book or 100% of the book. I don't want to do a book with him. He said, I know what he was, and I know he was my husband and that, because they've been together since we were kids. But that fucker tried to get Carol to sell him down the river. She went, no chance, not in a million years. And because she wouldn't give him stories and tell him, she's got all sorts, Carol, about Liv. She was with him for fucking years and years. So because Carol wouldn't give stories, Stewie Armstrong, that was his name, yeah, Stewie Armstrong. And because Carol wouldn't give stories, he started calling her all the names under the sun, saying she's this and that, and the vile, disgusting onslaught of shit. And people seen it and started threatening him, saying, you fucking scumbag, I'll meet you. And then he keeps phoning the police on him. Every time the men come on, he starts phoning the police on them. He's just a reptile, a little scrawny, horrible thing. Threatening to burn houses down, women's houses down, burn your house down with your kids in and all that, saying things like that to them. Fucking vile he is. But nothing happens to him ever because he's working with Cleveland Police. He's a well-known police paid informant. He's pure grass on every estate, and every area he goes, he grasses people up. Yeah, Carol went to Steel City that morning, and he never showed up. Yeah, she did. God bless her. She's the loveliest lady you could ever meet. She is. She's so honest, and she tells me off. Not many people can tell me off. I was wanting to leave the hospital, and she was going, you're not going nowhere, get in that bed. She come to see me when I was at the hospital. I was going to sneak out of the hospital. She said, you're not going nowhere, you're never going to get better if you don't get back in your bed. But I was worried for Emma, and Carol was supporting Emma at the time, and he was torturing Emma with all these vile, I'm coming around to rape you, I'm coming around to bum your dogs, I'm going to kill your dogs and burn your house down. And it was that dirty bastard doing that to my wife. But Carol was coming around supporting and helping her, because she was scared on her own in the house, torturing the same thing what he's doing with loads of people. I'm going to come through the world, I'm going to bum your dog, I'm going to grape your wife and all that. He was texting them, but he thought it was me. But she had a computer, so I couldn't read it. But I couldn't use it anyway because my hands were paralysed. So he was texting me on my phone saying, I'm going to bum your wife, I'm going to rape your dog, I'm going to kill your brother, I'm going to burn your house down, all that fucking shit while I was in hospital for a couple of months, really, really bad. When I had the operations, and he was texting all this shit, I'm coming through the door with a gang of lads to rape your wife. I knew it was that dirty bastard, dirty, filthy bastard. He's insane. He is fucking clinically insane. Cockerill will tell you he's absolutely mentally the horriblest man you could ever imagine on your life, like Jack the Ripper. He loves all them horrible, disgusting people like Paul Sykes, another fucking noncy fucker, and people like fucking all these noncy fuckers that rape women and all that. He's got all them on his page, like he loves them all. He's right into all that. And Paul Sykes, another fucking bully, another Roman. Just a horrible, evil. I've never known anyone in my life as evil. You only see horror films. You could put him in a horror film, and you tick all the boxes. I'm telling you now, he is the most evil, vile person. He's jealous of every single person. Preys on, yeah, he does, yeah. Soon have nobody else to pray on. He does it. Rock. He does it to anyone. Wayne Carrad's a great lad. It's horrible, Brian. Respite from the pain gets down in the end. Yeah, it's shocking. Carol aware. Yeah, well, she's honest. Carol is the most genuine person. When me and Emma were poorly and we had the COVID, that Carol was coming here and dropping his food off at the door, so we couldn't get out of the house, and she was dropping this big fucking loads, like 200 and 300 pounds of the meat off and stuff for me and Emma and Bobby because we were really poorly with the COVID. And just a lovely lady she is, but yeah, she's only 5'2". She's like my mum's 5'3", for the fucking fight for fun. But yeah, that little coward bullying a woman on her own with the children, fucking disgusting, absolute scumbag. Yeah, it was okay, Stu. He wasn't anywhere, Carol. He knew that, like she said, he was an honourable man. He told them to keep away from that fucking lady, you. But I'll wipe the floor with you. Horrible. I've seen the text what you've been using, pretending to be me, pretending to be that one. You are twisted in the head, you, he said. Completely not right in the head, you. And he said, don't ever fucking come near me or I'll wipe the floor with you. Told him straight, Stewie, like as Carol said, he fucking told him. 62 next week, stop telling lies. 326. I got a bit of cake off her when we go to the house. Yeah, she's got the same dog as us as well. Well, I had the Akita, the exact same dog. She had a girl when I had the Scrappy. Yeah, she's a lovely person. Carol's Emma's best friend. Listen, lady, hello, you okay, love? Bloody hell, 62. I'm not getting you no candles then. Take me all week to blow them out, to light them. 62 candles. Yeah. Yeah, we can laugh about it because we've got to go through it now. We all. The great thing is, we've got to meet Carol. We've got to meet our brilliant kids. We've got to meet people. We all know each other, family members, and that now. So everyone's on the same page now. When somebody says something about him, we know they're telling the truth. When somebody said he's done this and it sounds unbelievable, we know it's true because he's a fucking crank, absolute crank. He's an absolute disgusting, despicable. Not even a man. He's a pure coward. And every time someone offers him out, he's on the phone to the police. He's a fucking shithouse. ABA champion boxer, fucking crank. He only had 3 fights, three sparring sessions. They kicked him out of the gym. John Dryden's gym, they kicked him out, and fucking the Welly gym kicked him out. He's a fucking crank. Never had a fight in his life with anyone. He's an absolute crank. Premeditated threats, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's horrible. He's just horrible. Timmy B, you okay, son? Freedom, are you, bro? Well, Carol, yeah, she's not been well. She's got the same as me, bad back, fucking horrible. Horrible it is. Slower they keep filling down into bodybuilding, bikes, cars, and so on. Stop it all. Thanks for listening, lady. Yeah. Premeditated threat. Yeah, he's fucking horrible. He's threatened to fucking. Which he tried to have a go. He tried to have Carol's son fucking stood up for his mum, and he tried to get Pete arrested and everything. Fucking saying he was saying things he never said. You leave my fucking mum alone, you fucking scumbag. If you want to meet me, I'll meet you anywhere you want. So he stood up for his mum, and he was saying, "Oh, he's threatened to do this and threatened to making fucking elaborate lies up all the time." So it was all made up lies. He's a compulsive liar. He is. He just can't stop making lies up. Yeah, she was a biker chick, Carol. She used to ride them fucking 500cc motorbikes. When correct. Oh. Racing lady's a lovely lady. Freedom, you alright, son? Says Mr. Ben, well, mate, hope you're good. Makes enemies every he goes total turd. Yeah, mate, Peter's box. He does, you're right, mate. He's fucking horrible, mate. What he does, he lies about people in the books. He wasn't around in that era where me and Lee were around. He wasn't around in that era, so he makes lies up. So what he'll do, he'll say something about, oh, Tommy Smith had a fight with Johnny Jenkins and he broke his jaw for touching his sister up or something. He makes lies up in the books, like really disgusting things. So if somebody falls out, then they'll start putting things in books that don't even, are all lies, made up shit. He just can't stop. He can't tell you the truth because he wasn't around. The daft little cunt was 9-year-old when me and Lee Duffy were about. He's just a little crank, an absolute crank, a wannabe crank. The daft cunt, he went, well, we know what it's like to be shot. So he got somebody to get a BB gun and shot himself. Got somebody shot him in the leg in the back garden in his. I thought, I'll fucking shoot you, all right. There won't be a fucking BB gun, you daft cunt. Yeah, so I wonder what it's like to be shot. He makes enemies everywhere he goes, Peter. You're right. He's for every fucking single place he goes, people hate him. I've broken my foot. Yeah, get the fucking. If you broke your foot, get the doctors because don't want to put your foot in it. I'm only joking. Sorry, mate. I'll go to the doctors because your foot has got more bones than anything. And if you don't get it set right, you can end up fucking crippled with your feet. You need to go in. There's loads of little bones in your feet. And you need to, it's one of the main things. You end up fucking walking sideways and all sorts. You need to get, there's metatarsals they're called, right across your feet. There's loads of little bones in your feet. And you could end up being crippled for life if you don't get it sorted straight away, because sometimes you'll only been a small bone that starts setting really quick. So don't leave it, because it'll set in a position where you'll be in agony. Jonathan David Cherry, hello, I've not been on for ages, been watching your videos, so have the same problem as me back. No, that's fucking horrible, mate. Fucking nightmare. All my right side here is all inflamed, and me obliques on the right, and it just blows up like a fucking balloon. You know, when you're sitting about doing a bit of stuff on here. This getting sucks. Getting old sucks. Fuck. Bus driver smashed him up. I don't know. Yeah. But I've never known anyone in my life lie like him. He's the biggest fucking liar on the planet. Oh, I've just been on the phone, he says, to Robin Williams. Not Robin Williams. I'll take name off, take that. What was he called? What's he called? I can't remember his name off, take that. I can't remember his name now. Robin something, I think he's called. So I've just been on the phone, off, take that. So I goes on the phone, 1471. You're now talking to the speaking clock. The time is 1:42. He sat there 20 minutes talking to the speaking clock, pretending he was talking to Robin Williams. Not the singer one, not the actor. Fucking liar he is. Compulsive maniac, complete mental patient. He just lies about everything. I had such and such, and he done this, and I know such and such, and then you ask the people, and I've never fucking heard of him. Just all lies all the time. He's on the fucking phone. His phone bill must be a fucking £100,000 a month, 999 all the time. He's on the phone now. He winds people up. When the people come to have a fight, he phones the police. He's a fucking biggest snitch I've ever come across in my life. He makes lines up, pretend he's offered people out for fights. No, you're the grass. You're an own snitch. His own sister won't let him in the house. His own fucking daughter won't let him near her children. She won't let him anywhere near them because she knows what she's seen him on them videos dressed up as women and everything. They won't let him in the house, their own family. They won't say, keep him away from my fucking kids. I don't trust him one bit. You might remember that. I don't trust him one bit. They're scared of him. They're scared not of the fight wise. They're scared in case he's a fucking weirdo. He's always about dressing up in women's clothes and knickers and all that stuff. You can see him on videos doing it. He's a proper fucking weirdo. I've never known a bigger weirdo in my life. Remember Silence of the Lambs? That one. He's like him, the fucking psycho. You like him in that. When it comes to having a fight, he runs away from anyone. He's a fucking coward. All that shit. He was a top boxer. Fucking what a shite. He had 3 fights and he retired after the 3rd fight. He's fucking rubbish. Complete cat full of shit he is. Why do you think everyone on here can't stand him? And everyone can't stand him. They all know he's a bullshitter. Bullshitter Boyle. The bus driver smashed him up. The bus driver told him off on the bus because he was coming on the bus and he had his eye was cut and his eye was all bust. And he'd been in a pub in Eston, giving it big licks, thinking he was clever. And the lad went bang, 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 hitting 4 shots, bust all his eye, bust his nose, cut all his lip, and his face was bust to a pulp. And he fell on the floor and they thought he was knocked out. But he was pretending he was knocked out on the floor when they went over to grab him, he jumped up and ran out the door. He's a fucking pure coward. He never fight back. As soon as he sees someone, he runs like fuck. He's a shithouse. ABA champion. Fucking Walter Mitty's his nickname. Walter Mitty was a character in a book. That's what his nickname, Walter Mitty. Biggest liar walking. Compulsive liar. But I was going to get Terry Dicko. You know, you were 30-year-old or something at the time. About 3 years ago or something. I think 4 or 5 years ago. And you went down, you and your daft mate from Ireland. Went to go and have a fight with Terry Dicko, 76-year-old. Really big man, weren't you? But Terry still come out and you fucking ran off. He ran off from Terry. 166-year-old he was, I think, at the time. You're a fucking coward. You've got no ball. You're a shitbag, and you're great at picking on women. Women and people can't fight. Torturing people for years you've been doing. It's all come to the end now, innit? It's all come to the end now. Every fucker's on you. Everyone knows your bullshit. Oh, yeah, mate. Fucking nightmare, Jonathan. Racing lady, are you okay? Freedom is in the house. The Rock's a good lad. I like the Rock. Classy is. He never had the second bell. He'd have fucking never had the first bell by hitting him. The daft cunt, you know, he was one of them you'd hit and you'd be scared in case the cunt died because he's a freak. He's on that fucking Mac shit every night. The brown stuff every fucking night. He's on it every single day of the week. That's where all the money's gone and all the furniture's gone. Everything's gone at the house. Everything's sold because he's gambled it all away and he's blew it all away on his fucking addictions. You just have to look at him and know he's the wrong way looking at him. Yeah, my back's fucked, mate. Tin lurking. Definitely tin lurking. Jonathan David Terry, please. Buttons. Yeah, don't forget to push the like buttons, guys. I keep telling you tonight. Yeah, but he pretends that he's this famous author and he knows everybody and he's on the phone to Robbie Williams, he's on the phone to fucking, what was the other one he said he was on the phone to? Somebody else I know talked about, him off fucking him off, what was it called? I can't remember his name now, it's doing me head in. David Brent, as he's pretending, I know David Brent, I'm on the phone to him all the time, he's a good man. And he said he was on the phone to fucking, what was it, somebody else, another top pop star in America. And he was on another one. He's full of just a Walter Mitty. That's his fucking name, Walter Mitty. And every time he said, let me talk to him, he won't let you talk to him because there's no one on the phone. I went on the phone when he went out. He said he was like that talking. Me and Bobby were there. So I went 1471 or whatever it is. When it's at the time, and the next hour is 1:53. He was speaking to the speaking clock for 20 minutes. What a fucking Walter. His nickname's Walter Mitty. Walter Mitty. Absolute crank. Couldn't write a book to save his life. Absolute shit. She writes the books and he puts his name to it. She told me, women and jealousy. She went, he's bullying me and Jameson, my son. He's bullying us. I'm spending all the money on that horrible stuff. Made the fucking Mr. Brown's fucking stuff on that shit every day of the week, pretending that he's this big time author and all that shit. She writes the books, and she writes the books, and then they send them to Brenton. Brenton publishes them, and then they have two books, but they'll send them out to one country, so many sold, and then they'll send them somewhere else, so they get two double whammies of the books. Because Brenton's got his own printing machine, so he just puts any fucking shit in them. Yeah, don't forget to push the like buttons, guys. I've got to tell you that. Clubfoot, Robbie Williams. Rock, new shoes were done on this. My shoes down on one side. Yeah, somebody's right about that. What they said. He's always telling fucking lies. Always pretending he's got people at his house. Fucking Gary Barlow. He makes fucking lies up all the time. All the lies he tells is unreal. I've just been given the go ahead. We're doing a movie in Wakefield. It's going to go any day now. Trust me, guys. Trust me, really. And what it is it's going to be there, and we're going to get that, and we're going to get this. And fucking shit. It's been going on for fucking 6 years. There's no movie being made whatsoever on Paul's side. That's who he's in love with. That's who he went. When we went to go. The BBC contacted us and contacted me and said, "Oh, we'd like to do a documentary on you, like a 3-part one. Being a kid, being like growing up like a teenager, and then becoming like the tax man." She had a 3-part documentary. So I went up to Stephen Wraith. We went to Stephen Wraith had a building there. We could talk. And so the lady come. She was in a tweed suit. Shut up! She was in a tweed suit, really, really posh, like the Queen in the old days. And she had another lady with her, and they were documentary makers for the BBC. Yeah, for the BBC. So yeah, we were fascinated in your story. We'd like to do a 3-part documentary on you. So I told that fucking wanker. So he said, give us a money, I'll sort it for you. Then he got on, he said, oh, do you know Lee Duffy? He went, no. He said, you know, she said, no. She won't phone. She said, why is he phoning me up and asking me about these other people? Lee Duffy, Viv Graham, and fucking all this stuff. She said, we're only doing the documentary on you. He fucking ruined the documentary, you little fucking crank. Jealous to death he was. Oh, you don't want to do it with them, you know, what they are. I wouldn't work with them, he was saying. So anyway, we finally went with him. So we got there. So he went like this in the thing. I couldn't believe it. Me never was devastated. So we sat there. Stephen says with us, and so the next minute we sat there, and he went. So he went over to this room. We're in this room. Oh, do you know this one? He said, you know that? I said, no, we're here to speak to Brian. We're not here to speak to you. Kept butting in, trying to be the big man. So he said, and the woman went, we're not here for you, for Brian. So the next minute he went, well, I went on for about an hour talking about this, that, and the other. So he ran over to where this table and chairs were, and he bent over the table and chairs. He went, I'll just play the part in the movie where I get bummed off Paul Sykes. She went, oh, that's it, we're going to have to go. He ruined the 3-part documentary for me, the fucking jealous little cunt. Emma said he deliberately done that. He fucking deliberately done that. He was rotten with jealousy because it was getting all about you. He was going, oh, do you know this man? Do you know that man? Well, no, we don't know. We're here for Brian. We're not here for you. She said, you keep interrupting us when we're talking. Can you let us finish talking, please? And he was just a rude cunt. So Stephen says, get in that corner now. Away from, when he bent over like that, he said, I'll just play the part when I get raped off Paul Sykes in the cells. So then I thought, you knew Paul Sykes then was raping kids. You knew he was doing that all along because you've just admitted that. I'll play the part where Paul Sykes rapes the kids or rapes the people in the cells, and he'll play the part where he gets raped. Just let him bum me, he said. And she looked at him, and I looked at him. Stephen Wraith and Stephen says, and Emma and went. And Jeanette Hobson, she was called, the lady for the BBC. She went, I think it was a Channel 4. Maybe it was Channel 4. I think it was a BBC. I'm not sure. I can't remember now. Anyway, I've still got it. And he went, I'll just play the part. And he bent over the table and went, where I get bummed up the arse off Paul Sykes. So I said to him, so you knew all along that Paul Sykes was doing that to them kids, and you've done them books there, and you knew all along he was doing it. Well, and then Stephen said, yeah, well, you must do, Jamie, you've just said you'll play the part where you get bummed up Paul Sykes, so you knew he's been doing this all the time. And then Steve went, get away. Stephen says, get the fucking away from us now. Get away from us now. And he made him walk out the other end of the room, about 20 foot long, the room in Newcastle. And Stephen Wraith went that and all that. The woman went that, shook her head. And Emma shook her head and said, I do apologise profusely at this disgusting language. She said, I went, and he ran out the room, like swinged out the room like a little fucking woolly woofter, ran out the room and went out the place. Anyway, about 20 minutes later, we were at a train station. She said, I'm not being disrespectful, we can't do a documentary with him in it. He said, imagine if you come out that live or something, we were talking, and you were perfect to do, Brian, that's why I wanted to do you. He said, as of today, I don't think we're going to be doing it now. So he ruined a fucking 3-part documentary for me for the BBC, which was going to be brilliant, about me helping kids and stuff on the streets and how to get off drugs and how to change your life around from being a criminal and stuff. And that little fucking disgusting, horrible, noncy bastard ruined it. I'll play the part where I get bummed up the ass by Paul Sykes, he said. And everyone looked at him and like, we just couldn't believe it. And Stephen said, get away from us now in that corner now. He made him go in the corner. So anyway, about 2 minutes later, he ran out the room. Fucking, he said, I've never been so insulted all my life. I said, well, you've just insulted us by saying that you play the part where you get bummed up the arse off from Paul Sykes in the cell. You'll play the part. I said, you know how disgusting that sounds, how vile that is. And you said all along he didn't do these things. Now you're saying he did do it. You said, oh yeah, but I couldn't put that in the book. Because if I put that in the book, people would know what he was. They wouldn't buy any more books. So he knew he was a fucking wronging Paul Sykes. He admitted that day he knew he was a wronging. So his own sister told him, Sykes' sister said, I wish I had, he was on Jimmy O show, he said, I wish I had a loving brother who would cuddle me and love me instead of the monster that comes in my bedroom every now and then and rapes me. and she told him that story when he was in Wakefield getting stories on Paul Sykes, because Paul Sykes had passed away then. So he knew all along about him. Sykes had raped his own sister, and he still did the books with him because there was money in it, see. But the book he did, you don't know this, everyone, the book was already written by Paul Sykes because he was in jail. I don't know what a Tesla means. They've got a Tesla award, it's called. He got a Tesla award off the school teacher because he fancied the teacher. So he went and did a book, and he written it, and he got a Tesla award, award for writing this book. I asked the lads from Wakefield, Dale Brendan Hyde, who's passed away, great lad, and he said he got a Tesla award for writing the book in jail, Paul Sykes. So what happened after about 20 years or something, 22 years, the book was gone missing. So Tinfoil and Brendan got the book because Boyle had seen him on the fucking, he'd seen him on the telly when he was disgusting bad with his kids and everything. He thought that was funny. So he wanted to do the book on him. So he went and got the book paid for. It cost £300 off a blow, and he got his sister to write for the book. So they got the book and they promised to give her 50% of the money. They didn't give that woman a fucking single penny. She got not one pence. He done the same again, ripped everyone again. Just a pure, dirty little con man. He's getting further and further down the country. He's on about going to London next. For the lad London boy said, just fucking wait if he does. Wait if he fucking does. He's not saying about fucking London with us, he said. He's a scumbag. All he goes on about is fucking raping things. He's obsessed with Paul Sykes. Freedom, take that, that's life. Irish band. Yeah, they are. Right, I'm going to go, guys. My side's crippling me. I've been on 16 minutes. So that was that. Sorted tonight. Put that to Stingy. Poor old Matty Joseph Taylor, God rest his soul. Did that tonight for him because of all that, like I say, the fucking shit he's been putting out there about people. He's just a fucking evil, horrible cretin. A cretin he is. You don't ever do that with him because he's just vile. You just have to listen to that horrible voice and that pockmarked skin and that fucking ginger. He's fucking that horrible fucking white as a fucking sheet face full of fucking smack just coming out of his fucking skin, pure water. Smack coming out of his skin. Pure fucking baghead. Tin Spielberg, yeah. Biggest fucking bullshit on the planet. Right, I'm gonna shoot. See if I can do this thing. My hands are fucking killing me. Want to fight me, he said. Fight me, I'll fucking destroy you, you daft cunt. Well, not 1 second. A millifucking second. Couldn't fight sleep, you daft little cunt. Right, okay now. So I won't up a little bit. See you guys tomorrow. What time are we on tomorrow? I forgot now. Is it 7? 7 o'clock in there, come on, yeah.